Hello? Oh no! Oh no! Where? Oh God! Hang on a second. Brandon's not visible for some.
Well, I mean, there are worse things.
Hey, Federico's with us.
Jeez.
Hey!
First time we're back, and immediately it's just everything's not great. Oh God.
All right.
Okay, hang on.
Now, the real question is space pizza thin
There
crust
he
or thick
is.
crust?
There he is. It would be a thin crust, I would think.
Was this like, how was this marketed?
There we go, Brandon.
It wasn't? My bad?
Brandon's back on.
Okay.
I did.
Yeah, you did. But I still have a chance to redeem myself because the episode has come out for a little bit.
All right, because we know we're talking about planet formation, right?
Yeah, but space pizza.
Space
Okay.
pizzas.
Okay.
Right?
All
Space
Right?
pizza. Yeah,
Right?
that's what I said.
Yeah.
Space
okay,
pizzas.
and just for Katie pointed out, yeah, we finished the Lego Milky Way. Surprise! We didn't want to send pictures to anybody and just be like, "Hey, here it is." It also lights up. It's hard to tell in our video
Setup.
here, but it lights up and it
Well,
does
in the
different light
hangover,
effects.
you can turn off all the lights and see how it looks.
We could do that, yeah. Well, we couldn't. Well, we'd have to close the curtains. I guess that would be
Yes.
turning off the sunlight. But yeah, it was really fun to put.
Maybe turning off the sunlight.
Yeah,
It's possible.
that would be turning off the sunlight. It was really fun to put together. And it looks really cool. There's like a hidden alien over right there. There's a little alien hanging out in there, and we are right here in the Milky Way. That's where we are on the Orion Arm, right there. So it's cool. I don't know. Nerdy Legos.
Hey, all right.
Yay!
But Federico, happy 2025.
Happy
New Year's.
2025!
Happy 2025.
We did it. We made it to 2025.
To the end of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here at the end of all things.
Here at the end of all things. Well, Federico's fine. He's in Italy. They got, they're holding it
He
together.
might be in the middle of it.
Shh. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I mean, because we all know Trump's not going to stop at Greenland. Next thing
It's
take
Italy.
over
He wants that pasta. He's like, pizza is American,
Yeah.
so we claim Italy. That's how that's going to
Claim
go.
Italy.
God. Anyway,
Right.
it's the American boot of Europe.
The American boot of Europe.
We're always talking about pulling up by the bootstraps, apparently.
Yeah, well,
Anyway, I guess we should get the show started. Are you ready?
sure.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'm ready.
Mike, take it away.
Hi, everyone, and welcome. I was almost ready to say, welcome to the shot.
What? No, we're not
Oh,
doing
no,
a shot.
not a shot.
This is
CwC.
a normal show.
Yes, normal. Well, we haven't done this
It's
in
not a
month.
shot because everything is working so far.
Have we technically done more shots now than the regular episodes?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Have we passed that point?
No, I don't think we're that close yet. We have done 100, and this is our 125th episode.
Oh, wow.
Full episode, but I think we've done 70 or so shots. So
Okay,
we're
we'll
about,
get there.
Might be on 80
we'll
or
get there.
around 90. Okay, we got to start that intro over. Ready? Take it away.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Cosmos with Cosmos. As always, I'm Mike.
And I'm Liz.
And I'm Brandon.
Hey, the fellowship's back together at the beginning of the new year.
Yes, Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year.
Woohoo.
Yeah, we made it to 2025.
The future. We made it to the future.
Yeah.
So today, apparently, we're talking about pizzas.
Yeah.
Space pizza,
Space
specifically.
pizzas.
pizzas.
Yep, they're cold.
Translate that to planet
Placentas are
formation.
pretty hot, though.
With some planetaronis and
Ooh,
some
planet. Oh, that was
some
Olive stroids?
moon lives.
We'll workshop that. We're going to workshop this later.
Anyway, we're talking about how planets form and all that today. But before we get into pizzas, let's talk about the liquid versions of things that you can put
Of
in your body.
pizzas?
Not of pizzas, nope.
It looks like I have liquid cheese.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what is it?
What is it? What are you
Oh.
drinking, man?
So I'm calling it the conservation of alcoholic momentum.
Oh, I like it.
It's just a screwdriver.
Ah, perfect.
Fancy.
Perfect.
Hey.
I mean, hey, because when you screw things in with the screwdriver, there's momentum and movement there.
Angular momentum, yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're
Yeah,
doing
there we
it-
go.
And if
See?
you're doing it with a drink,
Yeah.
then
It is
it's-
alcoholic momentum.
Yeah.
I really
I
thought
like
about
this.
it. You're right.
I like it.
Um, more torque, but whatever. All right, what are you drinking?
Oh, I am drinking. Well, it's
What is
gone
this
now.
smoke so gone?
There's a little bit there. Captured smoke cloud is what I'm drinking, which is just a smoky old fashioned. It smells like warming up by a nice winter
Let's
fire.
give it a little taste. Pinky out.
There you go. That's classy.
Does it taste like a little smoky?
Yeah, it's more of like a
Aroma.
the aroma of it, the scent of it, but it does affect the taste. It's good.
All right.
It's the promise of smoke, the promise of
The
taste, of
promise of
allure.
smoke.
I
Yes,
use that
indeed.
syrup for it. That has because it has cherry in it.
Yeah,
It has cherry in
okay.
it. And
It's
so-
good. It does have like an extra.
Yeah, because I was gonna
Cherryness.
put some cherry syrup in there, but I was like, wait a minute, this has cherry, so
Yeah,
I'll just go
okay,
with that.
nice.
All right. What am I drinking?
Yeah, what
Oh,
are you drinking?
I am drinking kind of a version of what Brandon is drinking, except I am calling it Gravity Doesn't Work Like That.
Gravity don't work like that.
It's got orange juice, peach vodka, topped off with a little cranberry juice to kind of give it that little gradient
It's
with a
very
little bit
beautiful.
of
I
nebulosity.
do love a good cranberry juice.
It looks
as
like
I'm
when
old.
a sun is born.
I don't. Does it? It doesn't show up, does it?
The
It's not
gradient?
showing up.
It does. I can see
Yeah,
it.
Oh,
the
okay,
gradient
cool.
shows up.
So cheers.
Okay, while you drink that, I'm just gonna adjust a quick setting.
And of course, Jack in the chat has a hot cocoa with cayenne and cardamom.
Ooh, wow,
And apparently
Jack.
it's so spicy. And Katie has a berry sparkling water.
Oh, I hope it's very good.
While she finishes up her bath. That's nice. Just relaxing in the bath. Let's see. You can relax in your bath while you watch us or listen to us. We're nice like that. It's a good
Yeah.
show. It's a good time like that.
I love how Katie throws in, yeah, Mike's drink sounds good too.
They all sound good. They're all good drinks. Anyway.
We have to make it fair. It's like having kids. You gotta like dole out all the compliments.
Accolades.
Nice little
equally.
compliments.
No
Yeah.
one feels left out. Everybody gets a medal. You know,
I didn't
that's
get
how we work.
compliment
And if you want some compliments from us, or if you would like to compliment,
Oh.
you can follow us.
on
Oh.
all
the
things.
things.
We should compliment every person that follows us.
You should.
All right, so speaking
Done.
of which,
That's
are
your
we
job,
still
Brandon,
on
now.
Twitter.
Yeah, technically.
Eh.
Only for just
All right, so
Promotional.
Drinking Cosmos, Instagram is Insta Cosmos with Cosmos. What are we on?
everything
that
is
new thing,
Cosmos
that
with
Blue Sky
Cosmos,
thing?
except for Twitter. Twitter's just at Drinking
All right,
Cosmos.
so
Cosmos with Cosmos.
Cosmos on everything else. Don't forget to rate us on wherever you get your podcast from. Also, don't forget to join us for the Hangover right after this episode.
Yeah. Like and subscribe, as the kids say. Like and subscribe. Hey,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Gucci fan.
We can never monetize our videos on YouTube unless we
No,
stop
it costs
swearing
too
and
much.
like.
We
You can
touched
do that? Stop swearing, I mean?
Well, we could bleep it out. That's work,
I
but we
don't
could bleep
have
it out.
that.
Anyway.
We really don't curse that much, though.
I say
No,
fuck all the time.
God damn it. Yeah, we do. All right, anyway.
Oh, shit.
Check out Wildixia on Etsy. That is Katie's stuff. She's got a lot of great art that you can check out. The Mr. Proctor Show. .com with Ron Proctor, and he's got a lot of great
Ronnie
commentary.
P. Chickens all the way down.
Chickens all the way
I don't know if
down.
anybody has ever called him Ronnie P. I apologize, Ron, if you see this or watching, and
Did you
you're
just
like,
call him Ronnie P?
I did.
Oh my god! All right.
That's your
Also, if you are in the Council Bluffs region of Iowa, which is in the southwest corner, I believe, it is.
You can always Google where it's at.
Well, I did. I think.
No,
it's-
I'm just saying you
no.
always specify where it's at.
I mean, if you just happen to be going through,
Give everybody the
if you're
driving
in a very
directions right now.
flat area, it's probably Iowa.
Probably.
Anyway, if you're in the southwest part of that flat
Uh-huh.
area, check out Rolling Bluffs Planetarium. For more information, could be found at rollingbluffsplanetarium.com. That is Jack's dome. He will
cool.
he will show you the universe.
I'd love to get a show by Jack. I bet Jack gives
fun.
great planetarium
Oh, yeah.
shows. So much fun. I bet they're so much fun.
All right, every other Wednesday, check out the shot. Little, what do you call it?
And
Bite-sized
just
nuggets.
shots of astronomy down your
shots
gullet.
of-
Shot size.
Astronomy.
Down the gullets. Okay.
We also have some rules. If a puppy barks, take a drink. If there is a Star Wars or Lord of the Rings reference, take a drink. I would say the special rule is if Indy makes an appearance, it's going to be more like if Indy terrorizes Winter.
Yeah, if you hear hissing, a lot of hissing sounds.
I think Indy's made one appearance in the last like
I know,
4
he doesn't
episodes.
really-
Yeah.
Doesn't really
So
come up
if
with it.
he
He's in the room
terrorizes
right now.
Winter, then that's all right.
We can say if Frodo makes an appearance because he likes to jump up here at the end of the episodes.
Yeah.
Oh,
If you
okay.
see Frodo,
All right.
if you see a hobbit.
So let's talk about how planets form.
Well, you see, when one Papa Planet loves one Mama Planet,
Let's start like on TikTok they do like those dances or whatever. This will be the planet formation dance. Yeah.
Anyway. All right. So we have a prevailing thought of how, and there's a lot of like data that backs this up now. It's probably falling into theory realm instead of hypothesis.
Okay, so
I mean, probably. I mean, I didn't
it's
see
moving
anything.
from a thought to, hey, this is what's going on.
Yeah. So
small T to a big T.
so let's talk about the also rans first.
The also rans.
Yeah, these were hypotheses that were also in the running.
Oh,
That
okay.
have since gone away.
They've fallen off of the running.
Fallen
They've
off.
bowed out of the competition. They didn't qualify
Didn't
for the
qualify.
finals.
So we're gonna start back in 1629.
Doodle, doodle, doodle.
I don't know if you're gonna do that one, so I wait for your cue.
Rene Descartes and the vortices.
Ooh, vortices.
Yeah, so between 1629 and 1633, he came up with the idea of these large vortices of swirling particles.
Like vortexes?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
but
is
there's
that
more than
plural?
one.
Is that plural of vortexes, vortices, and not
Yeah.
vortexes?
And so, yes, multiple vortex.
Okay,
Does that work?
okay.
All right. Vortices, and these actually ended up creating the sun and the planets. And so there wasn't a lot of information.
Okay, so just like whirlpools in space making...
Yeah, basically.
All right.
Yeah.
Whirlpools in space!
Yeah.
They can make...
Oh, shit. That
Aren't
was
those like black holes?
Christian did.
pitch,
Well, spinning.
movie pitch, movie
Okay.
pitch. The Odyssey, but set in space, and then a whirlpool would be like that whirlpool Clamidestra or whatever its name is.
Isn't that
like
kind of like Interstellar? The Odyssey in space?
Is it? I never made that connection between Interstellar and the Odyssey, but all right,
Anyway,
all right.
Newton came up with a couple ideas right around then, a
Can
little
he
bit later.
stop coming up with ideas?
Yeah, he stopped. He has
God.
stopped. He stopped now. So
I mean,
we finally killed him. He's done. He won't hurt you anymore.
Christians got him. Yeah, so Newton came up with, I mean, Descartes actually had a lot to do with calculus as well. But anyway, Newton came up with the not general theory of relativity. He came up with his theory of gravity and basically said, nope, gravity doesn't work that way.
Oh man,
We can't have these. This isn't.
You're going to find this is a theme.
The gravity doesn't work
At
that
least
way.
for some of these things.
Gravity
yeah.
only works one way.
So
down.
We go forward in time quite a bit, just because
Nothing
this
happens,
idea
basically.
did not go away. The vortices.
Oh, it didn't go away. Okay.
It did not go away.
Even after
So-
Newt was like,
We really got sucked into that one.
So
God, that
Newton
was good.
says
That was
no.
good.
Newton says no. These vortices don't work. But in 1944, a German physicist named Carl Friedrich von Weizsäcker.
Say it angry, and then you'll have gotten it.
Weizsäcker. Weizsäcker.
Von Weizsäcker.
Weizsäcker.
Anyway,
Shouldn't they be working
he
on
tried
like
to,
nukes and shit at that time?
What?
Are they working on nukes and shit at that time?
They
1944.
probably did.
Peak nuke working.
Yeah, so he revised it. He made some changes. Also, a Dutch theoretical physicist named Dirk Terhaar, he also
Dirk?
did it. And then,
Dirk.
yeah.
I don't know what. That's just such a
And
fun.
then most
funny name.
astronomers and physicists were like, "What? Nope, gravity doesn't work that way.
Damn.
And so it kind of went away. Um,
Okay.
Another physicist, philosopher, astronomer,
Yeah, physicist, philosopher.
named
Okay.
Georges Louis Leclerc. He's French. Anyway,
Sounds French.
he said comets made the planets.
Wait.
Oh, that's a cool one.
Yeah, so this was 1749.
I would like to know how.
Well, I will tell you.
Okay.
I have some ideas.
He said that planets formed when comets ran into the sun and knocked off all this material, which then
That was
This.
that was even a theory in the 20th century. That was terribly wrong.
I mean,
but it still
how
existed.
how does anybody think a comet can just knock shit off of the sun? The comet melts before it even.
well, yeah, but at
mean-
the time, but it was 1749.
They should
Yeah.
know better.
So it kicks off
They
all
know
this
what
material.
happens when cold things get next to hot things.
And it becomes planets.
Okay.
Pierre Simon Laplace said, nope, gravity doesn't work that way.
Okay.
But Brandon made an addition to the notes.
Oh
I
yay!
did. So you got to give a shout out to Immanuel Kant. This was always a cool fact. In 1755, he wrote in his book, The Universal Natural History and Theory of the Heavens, which is impressive. And he didn't use any math or science. He just kind of thought of things. And it goes, whether the planets were made of clumps of dust and gas that were orbiting the sun. And then the place came in later on and put like actual math into it. He's like, oh, yeah, this kind of makes sense.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
You know, I love it when people are like, I didn't use any math or any actual science. I just thought about
And
things.
he-
And this
he
is how
has-
I think it should be.
He has sketches of what he thinks it would look like too. It's like, oh fuck, that looks pretty good, my guy. Just for a random ass guess.
Man. I wish we also had nothing to do that we could just spend time thinking about.
Well, we live in a capitalist
things.
society. We have to earn some money to pay for all this. To earn some money to pay for bringing this podcast to the masses.
I mean, all the easy pickings of, oh, how do you think this planet was made? Oh, a giant pizza in space. But now it's like, oh, how do you think this particular particle has mass to it? And we can't just be like, the mass genie.
Mass Genie. Mass Genie for 3 payments of $49.95.
All right, 1917.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
okay.
James Jeans shows up.
James Jeans.
It's
Jean-
adventure
how is
love.
Jean spelled? With a J or a G?
Jay.
J.
With a J,
Likes
so
to wear
it's J, a
jeans.
J,
Levi's,
JJ?
Wranglers. Jordache.
So JJ.
JJ.
JJ is his nickname. James Jeans.
He
Parents.
said that a star almost collided with the sun, pulling off a lot of material from the sun, and the planets were created from that material.
What happened with that star?
It just
It
went
became-
on its
Just
merry
went
own
off.
way.
Just went off. It had a quick, just like a flyby, and then.
Yeah, so there's some issues with this. Angular momentum issues, which is going to come up
What about-
into play a little bit later on as well.
Is gravity an issue?
Yeah. But basically, the outer planets, their orbits would not be stable. They would have been reabsorbed by the sun.
Reabsorbed. Oh, it would have been. Oh, god damn it. Give me a second. I can't think of the word. Continue, and I'll yell it later.
All right. Anyway, there are also some variations to this. It's called the Chamberlain-Moulton model with tidal bulges, where a star got too close to the sun, and tidal bulges made it kind of get fat around the middle, like me, and then
it's
planets
just
popped
after
off.
Christmas is what happens.
No
with
planets have
everybody.
popped off of me yet, so
Okay,
maybe later.
but these don't explain, like, I don't know, like the heavy metals that formed into
No,
planets
see,
like
you're
the
thinking,
Earth. And
you're thinking too much.
Okay.
You're thinking too
Yeah.
much.
Shut your brain off.
All right. I mean, it's usually off.
There's also the Lyttleton's campaign, Lyttleton idea, which he came up with the idea of the sun had a companion star
Oh, little bunny.
with it.
I mean,
and
most
we were
of-
going around
Sure,
together, and
yeah.
it ran into another star
Oh,
and
Oh.
knocked off all this material.
A rogue star.
A lot
That,
of star collisions, which generally, if stars collide, it's a lot more big bada boomy that
Yeah.
happens. Just saying.
Yeah. Let's see. Otto Schmidt and the Interstellar Cloud. This is 1943.
Cool.
He was a Soviet dude. And
I was thinking German just because of the name Otto.
Otto
but
Schmidt?
Yeah.
yeah, and so he said that all right, so
Interstellar
by the
cloud
time
sounds
the
closer.
1940s come around, we know two things about our solar system.
Oh, okay.
Well, among other things.
Okay.
We know that the sun is rotating,
Sweet.
and it's rotating very slowly. And we know that the planets are, especially Jupiter, is rotating very
Especially
fast.
Jupiter.
And so most of the angular momentum in the solar system is with the planets. In fact, 60% of it is with Jupiter.
Yeah.
And it's called the angular momentum problem. And they're like, the sun should be rotating much faster. So, so they're really trying to figure out how to deal with this angular momentum problem. And Otto, he says that what happened was the sun formed, and it's rotating slowly, so that's why it has the angular momentum it has. But the sun passed through an interstellar cloud, picked up this material, and that formed the planets.
Okay.
And
closer.
that is why its angular momentum is different. From
Okay.
the sun.
I really like when we can't figure out a reason for a thing to exist. There's always some external force that occurred that made it this way. That we just it's away now, it's gone, but it happened. Trust me.
Yeah. Usually it's God did it. Is the reason.
Yeah.
Usually.
Anyway,
no problem.
It ran into something.
physicists and
Guys, what
astronomers-
happened? It just ran into something.
Physicists and astronomers were like, well, in order for this to happen and the planets to form, the planets need more time than the solar system has been around for it to actually form.
Okay, so now we have
4,000 years.
Yeah, that's all it
4.6
needs.
billion years. That's how old the solar system is.
What?
And
What
so
are you talking about? It's
these
4,000,
guys-
5,000, 6,000?
4.6 billion.
5,000 years?
What?
It's 6,000 years old, the solar system?
No, it's
No, it's-
4.6 billion.
There's a lot of people that would say it's 6,000
Oh,
years
got
old.
you. Okay.
Took a while. He'll get there.
This is science
Look, in The
show.
Hangover, we'll talk about the Jehovah's that came by, all right?
Oh,
And the
yeah.
conversation you had with them.
There's others as well. Fred Hoyle
Fred
said supernova exploded. So the
Okay.
sun had a companion, it exploded, went
Yeah.
boom, and planets formed from
You know,
there.
I mean, it is fair to assume that the sun had a companion when most of the stars that we find are binary star systems.
Yeah. What was his name? Whipple.
Fred
Fred
Whipple?
Ripple. I
Fred
think-
Whipple.
Fred Whipple.
Yeah, the Whipple Shield of Whipple Shield
Whipple
fame.
Shield. Hell yeah.
He said that it's the captured smoke cloud. So
Like, what was captured
Ah.
smoke? What was
I really should look into
captured
the-
smoke cloud?
yeah.
This is like an episode title of Lost.
So
That's exactly what I thought at first.
the sun formed from a smoke cloud, and
Smoke on the universe.
Okay, well.
and it captured another smoke cloud, which then collapsed and formed the planet.
Tale of the smoke clouds.
The
But
tail.
you don't
What
know
is
that's
this
what
smoke
goes to-
made of? Who is starting fires in the vacuum of space?
Yeah. Anyway, April 1984, at the DuPont 2.5 meter telescope at Los Campanas Observatory in Chile. They took a little picture of Beta Pictoris, and it showed a planetary disk. And basically it said, nope, gravity doesn't work that way for all those other also rans. And so all you guys are wrong.
Everybody's wrong.
Welcome to
Why?
science.
Because of gravity. You gotta follow the laws of gravity, really. I mean,
God, gravity's always just bringing us down.
it really is. And it's so weak.
Yeah.
So, strong.
So
for being
that
so
one little
weak.
picture got rid of a lot of these ideas.
I love that. Yeah, once we have like a visual proof of observation.
Evidence?
Yeah, like Galileo seeing the Venus and Jupiter through a telescope was like, oh, yep, Copernicus was right. Here's the visual evidence of this.
So this actually ended up being proof that an idea from the 1700s was really
Oh.
how gravity and
Works
the
that
universe
way.
works.
1700s, man.
Yes.
When a time, you think we have nothing figured out in any time in the past, and really have nothing figured out now, but we ended up getting some good guesses
Yeah.
along the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's called the nebular hypothesis, and it was first formulated in the 1700s.
Oh no.
And
By? Do
it
you
was
have
first
by?
developed by Emanuel Swedenborg,
I jumped the gun.
Pierre
he
Simon
Swedish?
Laplace, and Brandon, who's the third dude?
Immanuel Kant.
Yes.
Hey, wait, isn't Kant like a poet, author,
Philosopher.
philosopher?
Poet,
Okay.
yeah. You know,
Not-
one of those 1700s guys.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And basically, these three dudes said that the solar system formed from a big cloud of gas.
Did they talk to each other, or did they do this in silos?
Well,
it was
I'm not-
text,
did they?
email.
Yeah. Did they
Yeah.
get on Zoom and kind of hash it
Immanuel
out?
Kant had his thing like 40 or 50 years before Pierre Simon. So I don't think he was around.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I guess when you say 1700s, we're encompassing a whole 100
Mm-hmm.
years.
This fell into and out of favor quite a bit. And
Of course.
Yeah, and so I guess it
We like it,
depended
we
on,
don't like it.
Yeah,
God, tale of
the
humanity.
winds of the day and that
Yeah.
type of thing. I mean, to be fair though,
Yes.
is that we didn't have the technology to really
It's true.
to prove this
It's
or
true.
not prove it.
There's so much stuff that we needed more advanced technology to be able to figure
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, that's why
I'm-
in the 1940s and even the 1970s,
We're
you
like,
had
what's happening?
different ideas being floated.
Yeah.
And then in 1980,
I mean, even today with James Webb, the most advanced telescope in space to
Yeah.
date, we're like, oh shit, we're learning new stuff.
yeah,
So we still haven't disproven the theory of a planet genie, though.
No.
no,
Just putting it out there.
Mass
no,
genie.
that actually
Mass
that
genie.
that actually is kind of an important thing. Not so much the genie part.
You just rub
but,
a rock and
Yeah, but
Planet
keep in
happens.
mind though, even 1984, we take this picture of Beta Pictoris and we see
1984.
yeah.
Was it 84?
It is
Oh,
April
God.
of 1984.
Oh God, I don't know what I missed that. I assumed it was earlier than one
Nope.
year before I was
That's,
born.
yeah, so that's why, like, up into the 1970s, you still have all these ideas that are floating around about, like, I don't know, these vortices and shit. But
Just to clarify for people, anybody listening, Beta Pictoris is a star. It would be the second brightest star in the constellation of
Taurus.
Pictoris is
Yeah.
the star. That's going to be in the southern hemisphere. Yeah.
Sure.
If we're not
Is it
familiar with it, we assume
Pictor?
it's southern.
It's Pictor,
I
though, right?
would say
is
southern.
Pictor the shield?
Oh.
Ooh, nice.
Is it? I don't know. I'm
Or is it a picture?
no. It's just,
Or is it?
it's just a frame constellation. It's Pictoris.
I mean,
There are worse out there.
The southern constellations, when they came up with it, it
It's
just
just
seems like
Never mind.
this is shit they have,
Well,
like,
I mean,
hanging around a boat.
Yeah, because all the good shit was used in the northern hemisphere, because that's where the Greeks and shit were. In the southern hemisphere,
Yeah.
I mean, you got like some Kiwis down there. They're like, here's a
I would have liked that.
here's a boat.
Anyway, to get back to something Brandon said an
Oh,
hour ago.
Yeah, all right. Welcome to Cosmos.
About the genie. So when we take pictures,
Played by.
okay. When we take pictures of these things, these clouds of dust and gas and shit like that, we're just taking a snapshot. We're not really seeing the actual processes that are going on.
yeah.
So, for example, when we take a look at the Hubble Space Telescope. Took a little picture of the Eagle Nebula, and in it you can see these things called propylids, and they're basically little cocoons of dust and gas, and within it is a baby star
Baby.
with planets that are
Little-
forming around it, but we can't
wounds.
see it because of the
All
cocoon.
the gas and dust, yeah. Yeah.
And when we do wavelengths that we can see, that can kind of see through this, we're not getting the complete picture. And so there is still an air of mystery.
Yeah, it's
about-
much easier to see inside a female
Yeah.
womb than it is a planetary womb.
Yeah,
that
to
is
just put
very
this
true.
in the common tongue, it's like Superman trying to see through lead. You just can't do it.
can't do
I
it.
can't do it.
So-
Even Superman has his limits.
So you can't rule out the genie yet.
Hey,
I wish
we're gonna call it Brandon's genie.
need like a genie lamp. And I used to love watching I Dream a Genie. Anybody else out there? I Dream a Genie. I love this.
Yeah, I would watch it.
I would try to do the nose thing, and
Oh, that's Bewitched.
Bewitch is the nose thing. That's right. Genie just goes.
But they were on
like
right
this.
after the other.
But
Yeah.
they had to hide Barbara Eden. She played the genie. They had to, if you notice, they had to hide her belly button because if her belly button showed, it was too risque.
Oh, dear
And the
God.
dicks changed as well.
The dicks do change because there was an issue that happened with the first one, and so they
Anyway,
had to get a second dick in for the
Back to
genie
planetary
Oh
formation.
my God.
to love.
I'm so glad that I only made this certain amount of pages.
and Radar's right arm didn't work, so it was all the left. Anyway,
Yeah, that's why they never showed it. They never showed his arm. Yeah.
Wait, who?
Radar and MASH.
In MASH?
yeah.
I never watched.
He
much
only
MASH.
he was always turning in such a way that you couldn't see his arm that didn't work very well
because we
or limited to view.
hate showing people with disabilities because we like to imagine a perfect society of beings.
All right, so
Have a show during the Korean War.
back to the nebular hypothesis.
Oh yes, back to science and space. Hold on. Back to science and space.
It was pretty quick, and we've already talked about this. It was pretty.
Oh, the two dicks were on Bewitched. Ah, you're right, Jack. God, we're getting our.
That was the Air Force, right? Was it Bewitched that had the Air Force guys, or was that
Sergeant
Genie?
Dick, I think.
Yeah.
I would get home from school,
Now I'm
go
like-
to the babysitter, and watch Gilligan's Island.
Oh, hell yeah.
There would be Gilligan's Island, I Dream a Genie,
And Bewitched.
and Bewitched.
And Bewitched, yeah. Oh, a fun fact that I had learned is that the genie bottle for I Dream a Genie
yeah.
was like it was like a brandy bottle or a bourbon
Or-
bottle.
yeah, or
it was an
bourbon bottle.
Where
alcoholic
all your dreams come
decanter.
true.
But that's right. She was an astronaut.
Oh, how did I forget about that?
How did I forget?
God
It's been so
damn it.
long.
All right.
Oh God.
Can you do the whole genie thing again, and let's get back
Okay.
to. All right, so they came up with the nebular hypothesis, and they quickly found that there was a problem, and that was the angular momentum
Danger,
problem.
Will Robinson.
Yeah, and so
Angular
Fun fact about
momentum?
this thing.
and that's why this fell in and out of favor.
Damn momentum.
Is because of the angular momentum.
Fucking angles.
The sun rotates so much slower than it should.
Should it?
And so they're like, okay, this can't be right.
It's got so much
Be-
drag on it from all the
because-
planets.
Well, I mean, okay, but yeah, you're not too far off. So basically, the sun has 1,000 times the mass of everything
He's a
else,
big butter.
and
Big boy.
only 0.3% of the angular momentum of the solar system, whereas Jupiter has 60%.
Well, he's a big
And
boy.
so something is wrong with this, and so that was the general thought.
Okay, that's the okay.
There are some
Jupiter's caring too much.
there are some explanations for this, and a couple of these are actually a little bit related to each other, but the three big ones are somehow the angular momentum got transferred from the sun to the protoplanetary disk,
Okay.
and so that would allow like planets to rotate faster and all that kind of stuff. Than the sun. There is also the magnetic field of the sun,
Okay.
which interacts with the protoplanetary
Okay.
disk.
Okay.
And what happens is, so the sun is continually sending out these charged particles, which interact with the magnetic field, which interact with the disk, and it forms a slag.
Slag.
It's basically slows down the sun. A drag.
Okay.
It's
Drag.
combining
Slag.
slow and drag. I'm like, where
It's
the
a
hell do they
slag.
get
A slag is a
friggin'
slow
slag?
drag. A slag
Anyway.
is a slow drag.
It's a science word, people. Come on. Look it up. It's in all the dictionaries. Anyway, the drag slows the
God.
sun's rotation. Also, the solar wind carrying out some of the angular
I
momentum.
I have an idea, and this is just me. If I was
it-
just doing thought experiments in the
Is it Planet Genie?
1700s, no, this is my. Okay, so as the planets are forming, they're collecting all this material. That speeds up their rotation because they're collecting all this material, and it's adding gravity and momentum to them.
Right, but remember, angular momentum is not supposed to be.
I don't know how it works. Things just go.
I mean, but yeah,
Things just
I
go.
mean, but yeah, it's it should be that. Yeah, so as the stuff falls into
So I'd be in the
Jupiter,
also
it would
rans.
rotate quicker. So you're right.
Okay.
You're right with regards to that. However, though, if this angular momentum thing didn't exist, problem didn't exist, then the sun would be going faster. But I mean, because everything is conserved, so if Jupiter speeds up, that has
Where does it go?
implications for other parts.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So Jupiter receiving angular momentum from stuff falling into it means that something else has got to slow down. That is why the Earth, the Earth is slowing down its rotation.
Yeah, the moon.
So something has to give, and that means the moon has to pull a little bit further away. In order for angular
gotta go.
momentum to be conserved, the Earth slows down.
So every
the moon
year,
pulls
the
away.
Earth is like, hey, you got to back up.
You got to back
You
up.
got to back up a little
I'm
bit.
slowing down. You got to back up.
Back up.
Watch yourself.
Back it on up. Yeah, and so yeah.
Anyway, hypothesis time with Liz over. Liz thinking
I mean,
she's
but-
figured out
but
the
it's
universe
right.
time is
But
over.
you're right. It's like the figure skater. The
In
figure
this
skater
segment of
puts their
Liz
arm-
figures out the universe, she's
See?
wrong.
Me going like this makes me feel like I'm going to hit the
Don't
thing.
hit it.
I'm trying
It's
not to.
very fragile.
Okay.
The amount of things we've knocked off already.
All right, I'm going to go like this. All right, so the figure skater has their arms out.
Yes, when they bring them in, they go faster.
They go faster.
We all watch it, and
Yeah.
it's all amazing, and we're like, how do they not throw up?
All right, so let's take a look at this nebular hypothesis in a little more detail.
Yes! I love a good nebula. I love a good nebular hypothesis.
Yeah, so basically you have this huge, big fucking cloud of dust and gas
Yeah.
just floating
Okay.
around out in space.
And dust is not
We
made of
see
skin
this.
cells.
We see this when we look out in the universe, the Orion Nebula, also known as
Just
M42.
watch the end credits of Thor.
Yeah,
I don't
the
remember
Eagle
that.
Nebula.
Oh my
There's a
god, it's
word
a
for it.
beautiful flight through the universe with all these nebulae and shit. Ah, it's gorgeous.
Anyway, they're out in space. And for some reason, whatever the mechanism is, it could be a nearby supernova that explodes and goes boom and kind of
Big bang.
compresses part of that big cloud of dust and gas.
Yes.
And so if you compress it, it means those atoms and molecules and dust granules are closer together. They kind of meet up. Which means they have a
Tinder
little
for
bit more
molecules?
gravity, which means they can attract more people to the
Oh
party.
my God, it
more
is.
stuff falls into it, and this just keeps on going until this thing is so big that in the center of it, it can slam it's 4 protons together with such force and speed, they stick together. It's called
Neat.
nuclear fusion,
God, I
and
love
at
nuclear
that
fusion.
moment, a star is born.
But the trick that what you don't know, they don't actually stick together because nothing can actually touch any other thing in the entire universe.
Well, they are bound to each other.
So, there's anybody out there that wants to annoy their sibling and they're doing the I'm not touching you thing, you can actually touch them and be like, I'm not touching you by the laws of quantum physics.
Yeah. It's a little bit different with protons, but
All right, fine.
but yeah, but you are right. Like, I am not touching you.
I would hate that.
I'm not touching you, Brandon.
That's 3D.
Remember that phase and we all thought that all TVs would be 3D eventually? Never happened.
Now it's
Anyway.
all about shared reality.
Let's continue our shared reality of this episode.
God, I'm gonna get fired.
No. No. Brad, don't say anything.
Anyway,
Or never mind.
when a star is quite young,
Uh-huh.
and is in what is
Oh.
called the T Tauri phase.
Little pacifier in the star.
Oh,
Yeah,
T
little-
Tauri. Is that named after a star in the
Little
constellation
pinky.
of Taurus to be
Yep,
called the
the
T
T-star.
Tauri?
Number T in the list of bright stars. So it's a very young star. It still has the accretion disk
Yeah.
that's going.
You know how these
going
young,
around it.
youngins are always like, they're hotheads. They're full of energy. They're just out of control.
Yeah, and so, it
dramatic.
has extremely hot winds that are coming off of it. These are dominated by protons and neutral helium atoms. So
Neutral helium
Ooh,
atoms.
that's the name of my next band.
Neutral helium atoms.
what genre are you playing, man?
You know me.
God. Yeah.
I don't know. Prog rock.
Mogwai's coming to Portland. Anyway,
Oh, that's
you
fun.
might like that, Adam.
Who's
Anyway,
coming
Yeah, I know Mogwai.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so while all of this is going on, stuff falling onto this star,
Yeah.
this thing that's going to become a star. These winds pick up and start to blow things away a little bit.
Sweet.
But anyway, there are a few items that are lucky enough.
Items. I like to use the word items.
Items, little hammers,
Yeah.
Xboxes floating around. Okay. Brandon's adding stuff to the.
This is.
Don't give me control.
This is shared reality.
Yeah. Anyway,
The
some
shared
of
Google
this
Doc.
stuff, not all of this stuff falls into the star. Some of it
No.
actually
Misses?
starts to build little clumps in the disk
Oh.
around
It gets together for its
around the
own little
star.
meetings.
And
It's like
Little breakout meetings.
It's like cliques in high school. You have your.
And so these things are like this dust. Dust becomes the pebbles become the rocks. And this thing gets bigger and bigger. And I see what you've done. Okay. So what I
relevant
have
to your notes.
So what I have in the notes was history becomes legend becomes myth, and then Brandon adds, and for 4.5 billion years the planets formed. Actually,
Yeah.
not that long,
Yeah.
but we got to take
Yeah,
it.
there we go.
Well, I mean, did the planets ever stop forming? Technically,
I mean, I
like
don't
we
see-
all grow in our lifetimes.
I don't
right?
see
We're never
anything-
the same person. Planets are never the same planets as they evolve.
Well, I mean, technically, how many tons, thousands, hundreds of tons of material falls on the Earth every day? I mean, that's
42.
adding to the
42
Earth's.
falling on Earth.
42
units.
planet units.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
All right, so this is going on everywhere in the big old
everywhere, everything,
In the
ever
disk.
there, all at
Yes.
once. Okay.
all at once. It's going
We need to
on
watch this. Uh-huh.
in the planetary disk. What's going on? And so, pretty close to the sun, though. It's very hot. You have a
getting
very
hot in here.
strong solar wind that is blowing away a lot of this gas.
Gas, yes.
And so, really, you're just left with dust kind of in the inner solar system.
And the gas further out. I wonder what's going to happen to that gas.
Yeah, so out in the outer solar system,
Mm-hmm.
though, it is cooler out there, and so
Sunglasses, leather jackets.
yes. The
And so
definition of cool.
the gas,
Cigarette pack
the
rolled up
gas
in the
is moving
sleeve.
slower. The gas is moving slower,
Uh-huh.
so it's easier to capture.
Yes.
But also, in addition to it moving slower, you have
Oh.
ice that exists, and ice kind of gloms on to the dust particles and creates basically big, sturdy snowballs. And out in the outer solar system, planets form a lot faster because ice is getting onto dust, which increases the gravity, which is able to pull in even more stuff quicker. Which you're not getting in the inner solar
and you've got a
system,
lot
it's too
more
hot.
dust in the outer
But then,
solar
how do you
system.
explain hot Jupiters?
We don't.
we'll get there.
Oh
We'll
boy.
get
Oh boy. When we started finding exoplanets, everybody was like, "God damn it!"
Yeah,
Nothing makes sense now.
pretty much. Pretty
the
much.
fuck?
And so, they think that Jupiter and Saturn actually formed in less than 10 million years.
That's fast.
So really fast.
That's
Really fast.
wow.
Yes,
For
and-
the size of them.
Well, it's because they're able to, because
Just-
in the inner solar system you don't
Snowball
have
effects.
you don't have this ice thing that that
'cause
can
it's too
attach
hot.
to because it's too hot, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
in the outer
And
solar
let's
hold
just-
on, in the outer solar system is able to get. I mean, yes, it attaches to the dust, and it's actually this is
like
a
when
bigger little kernel.
It's like when you don't want to, don't do it. Stick your tongue on something real cold because it gets stuck real fast.
Never have I ever.
I've never done it. We've all, I think, thought about it maybe for a second, but then
I
we
know,
were like,
but I've seen
we
the
know
great
better.
documentary, that Christmas movie.
Yeah, Christmas Carol.
Sure.
Christmas
Carol.
Story. A Christmas
The Christmas
Story.
Great documentary about it.
But I was gonna say, just to people, when we're talking about ices, we don't necessarily mean all just ices, water ices. We know ice to be, we have methane ice, nitrogen ice, methane ice.
All the ices.
All the ices. All the ices.
Yeah.
Not ISIS. All the ices.
Wow, that took
Not the
a turn.
Egyptian god.
Thank you.
And so, but also since the gas is moving slower, you're able to capture it, and so that's why they're able to get bigger. Whereas in the inner solar system, it takes tens of million years.
It's a
to
bit.
form.
It's a bit more rocky.
Yeah, exactly.
Relationships are more rocky.
And so that is pretty much how we think the solar system formed.
So in a planetary shell,
In a planetoid.
in a planetoid, so a large cloud of gas and dust, a star forming at the center, all this other gas and dust further out that ends up clumping together and then forming the planets, moons, asteroids, comets, etc.
Yeah, and pretty much
Out of that debris,
everything
and
else
then
that we
and then
see.
when a star basically gets hot enough, or the baby almost star gets hot enough, as soon as it ignites nuclear fusion, the solar wind begins, sweeps out the remaining gas and dust, and you have bada bing, bada boom, solar system,
Yep. And that's what we thought.
planetary system. I should
That's
say.
what we thought all the way up until 1995.
1995.
What the fuck
Monkey
happened in
wrench.
1995?
Yeah, a monkey wrench got thrown into things. But
I-
anyway, 1995 was the discovery of a particular planet. However, though, there were 3 planets that were discovered before that
Okay.
that really were like, what the fuck? And the star is PSR 1257 plus 12,
Yeah, all
also
right.
known as a pulsar.
Oh.
And it was announced on January 9th, 1992. So 33 years ago.
You don't need to quantify how many years ago 1992 was.
33
I
years
mean,
ago.
I would just say for yourself, you don't need to quantify.
I don't like that.
33 years ago.
I don't like it at all.
Alexander Walscam and Dale Frail.
Oh, Dale.
That's a fun one.
Yeah.
Dale Frail and James Jeans need to get together.
Announced
The Frail
the
Jeans band.
discovery of some planets around a
Sorry, Katie.
pulsar. And everybody was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? How are
Planets
these
around a pulsar. That's pretty crazy because a pulsar is basically a dead large star that didn't have enough mass to become a black hole, but it's super fast.
Yeah, but
and tiny.
what process creates that pulsar?
It's the supernova.
And what would
it's a
that
boom.
impact the planets?
It would destroy them.
Exactly.
How were planets left over after there was a boom?
Now,
Yeah.
are they planets or
star
like
boom.
the metallic core
No,
of the
no,
planets?
these
after
are
the
these are
rocket?
actually these are
There's a
planets.
planets.
So how they discovered it was a pulsar spins very fast,
Yeah.
and they noticed that its spinning would speed up and slow down. And
so there's some drag.
if it's speeding up and slowing down, you got something pulling on it,
Ah.
and that's how they were able to figure out the planets. And then the question was, how did these planets fucking form? And the answer is these were not first generation planets. These are second generation planets.
Neat. Zombie planets.
These were
Well,
I
no,
mean, I
because then
think
they would
zombie
have to be the
planets
first.
actually has a specific.
They would have to be the first
meaning
generation
now,
planets
but-
that came back to a weird animated.
Yeah.
Frankenstein planets?
Yeah, maybe.
Because they're completely new planets.
So they're completely new planets. The
Made
original
from the-
planets, if that star
Imagine
had
if there
planets,
was
which it
life
probably
in that
did.
system that then died, and then you have new planets. that
Yeah,
form.
from the ashes. So these are like Phoenix planets.
Phoenix planets.
They rise from the ashes of the star.
Phoenix planets. I like that.
So,
It gets real hot.
Still
All right.
call it was Jean Grey. Anyway.
so in October 1995.
Ooh,
so
Halloween 1995.
Almost
30 years ago.
Unnecessary.
Michael Mayer and Didier Queloz, two Swiss astronomers.
DDA? Didier? What a name.
What a name. They discovered the first planet going around a main sequence star.
Okay, our star is a main sequence star for reference. It's just a star on the main sequence.
It's living like a normal
Living its life. It hasn't
Yeah.
started to lose its fuel source and begin to die.
And so this is 51 Pegasi.
In the constellation of Pegasus.
It's in the constellation of Pegasus, and its number is 51. And so it's not
It's just
extraordinary
it's a
in brightness.
ho-hum star,
ho-hum
basically.
star.
It's a ho-hum
As far as
miscellaneous
brightness
star in...
But this star is like, I will be more than ho-hum. I
had
aspire
dreams.
to greatness.
It had dreams.
dreams.
Of
It's
a
going to
better
Broadway.
life. Oh, it's moving to Hollywood.
Not only
left of
do
it?
I have dreams, I have dreams of just
Stardom?
upending
Stardom?
Dreams of
entire
stardom.
hypothesis on how solar systems form. So, basically, this is a planet which is about half the size as Jupiter. Okay, not a big deal.
Well, it's still a big deal.
Well, yeah, it is still a big deal. But it is about twice the size as Jupiter. Okay.
Wait, half?
Yeah.
You said half the size. Half the mass.
Half the mass.
But
of
twice the
Jupiter,
size?
But twice the size
Okay.
of Jupiter.
So it's
So he
a
talks a big
dense
game.
boy.
No, it's
No.
not dense.
Oh.
He's a fluffy
It's-
boy. He's a fluffy boy.
He's a
He's a
fluffy
fluffy
boy.
boy.
He's a fluffy
Okay.
boy.
And this is where it gets crazy.
Okay. I'm
So
all in
it
for
takes
crazy.
the Earth 365 and 1/4 days
As we have just decided.
to go around the sun once. All right.
We got to throw in a leap year every now and then, though, but...
Yes, we do. 51 Pegasi takes 4 1/4 days to go around that
Holy
star
shit.
once.
Oh.
That's a quick year.
Which means it's really close.
God, I'm kind of jealous of that quick year, though, because sometimes our years feel
You'd be
real
a million.
long.
We'd be a million
Look,
years
I'm not counting! Yeah, but I look fucking good for a
old.
million.
You do look good for a million. I will give you that. Cheers.
Right side in that one.
Damn, you don't look a day over a million.
Yeah.
You look great. You look like... Oh, I'm not going to say your age, because then you'll get mad at me. Anyway.
I will be 40 this
You
year.
haven't aged a day.
Oh. Take a drink.
It's fine. It's fine. Because you know what? Because every time I get older, it means Katie gets older. So I can just, even though she's still going to be younger than me, I can still just be like, it's
Wow.
all right.
That is some sisterly
It's all right.
love right
Because
there.
I'm not aging alone.
No, you're not. Everybody. Anyway, Mercury is 42.7 million miles away from the sun.
Yeah.
And that's the closest planet to the sun.
Yeah, in our solar system.
51 Pegasi is only 5 million miles away.
That's...
How close did the Parker Solar Probe get?
It was within that.
I already said I was turning 40 this year, Katie. Okay, wait. This star, it's a main sequence star. What type of star is it, though? Do we know?
Oh, that I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a hot star.
It's hot. I mean, because that solar wind, the corona of that star. But anyway, it's a hot, it's Jupiter.
It's a
half
hot
the
Jupiter.
It's a
They call them hot Jupiters now.
Right. It should not exist
We got
that
the drinks.
close to the sun.
Hi, Mr. Frodo.
It should not exist that close. Our current understanding, or our back then.
Hey.
Oh, Frodo! He's so cute.
Yes, and so this is why it upends everything.
Because we were like, wait a minute, the gaseous planets
Here.
exist further out in the solar system because that's where it's cool enough for those gases to remain a gas. Otherwise, they can't be gas.
Yeah, exactly. So
What a good boy, Mr.
So,
Frodo.
the nebular
Frodo.
hypothesis has to explain all this. And this is where it got upended. Our solar system is so nice and orderly that we don't have
Yes.
Jupiters.
We became the exception. to the rule as far as we had observed
Yeah.
at that time, because it's harder to see smaller planets,
So
Earth-sized planets.
And so what it means is that the nebular hypothesis, though apparently is how the universe works, because we have pictures, that we need to take into account things like this. And so what you okay. So what we had to do was we had to come up with this concept of migrating planets.
Migrating planets. That's right. They formed further out, and then they migrated inward. Decay of orbits.
Well, yes
Orbital
and no.
decay is something else, I think.
Sorry, something failed. I was gonna say, but
I just thought
don't
you were
get it.
so overwhelmed with Frodo's cuteness, Federico, that all you could do was plus signs in chat.
Anyway, so yeah. So what? Let's take a look at our solar system now.
Okay.
So now that we have this, so this hot Jupiter should not be where it's at.
Yeah.
And so clearly what happened was it formed further out
and migrated
in
inward.
its solar system. And for whatever reason, migrated in
Alright.
towards...
So
Could
are
it?
we are we coming full circle to where it's a second star that passed by, or giant gas cloud that came by? We're going back to
not
the 1700s
necessarily.
hypothesis?
Not necessarily. You
Wait, wait,
can't... I mean, maybe. You can't say for sure.
This star is in the main sequence.
Yes.
Okay.
So...
Could it have had rocky planets and they had all migrated
I
inwards?
tell you what.
And then the Jupiters,
I
because
tell you
they
what.
didn't have the
Hold on.
rocky planets in the way, they migrated
Mike's
inwards.
going to tell you what.
Let's look at our solar system. Okay. And then you can save your questions for later.
I'm just looking at Frodo. Okay.
All right. With
Oh, he's still. Yeah.
they think that
He's so upset at me.
anyway, thanks for joining us on
No,
Cosmos
keep
Cosmos
going.
today.
Keep going. Keep
well,
going.
check us
We're
out
not done
couple
yet.
weeks.
We're
We're
not
gonna
done
talk
yet.
about,
We're not done
what's
yet.
up in February.
Keep going.
And
No. We're not
I'm
done
sorry.
yet.
I'm
We're
sorry.
not done
I'm
yet.
sorry.
We're
Let's
not
look
done
at
yet.
our solar system.
Let's look at our solar system.
I mean, yes, it is fair. I do want to wrap this up though.
No, we're
All right. So
go.
they think that like Jupiter formed about 3.2 astronomical units away from the sun, which is 3.2 times the distance between the Earth and the sun.
Mm-hmm.
So what is that? That's about 300 million miles. However, 450 million kilometers, whatever that is. So, and so it's not there now, right? Mm-hmm. And they think because of the dynamics within the solar system that Jupiter actually moved closer to the sun,
Okay.
like 1.5 AU away from the sun, before eventually moving out about 5 AU.
Wait.
But hold on.
Okay.
We did an episode kind of on this,
I don't.
God.
the
course we
three-body
did.
problem.
Oh.
Oh.
We did.
So you can't just say
Mm-hmm.
that it's just the sun and that planet that
No.
are working on the gravity is.
It's all. Everything has
You
to
have
be
to
taken
take into account everything.
because the solar system is all the gravity that's in the solar system.
and the
Including
solar,
what, the
and
Oort
solar
cloud?
system is the Oort cloud though is really quite spherical.
Yeah, because it's our
And
hamster
so
ball we
it's
live
not
in.
really going
Yes,
to.
our
It's going to
hamster ball
cancel out
planets.
in
Yes.
most cases.
like that.
But just introducing that third object, whatever it is going to introduce an element of chaos into the
Yeah.
solar system. And so you are going to have things kind of move around until they kind of settle down a little bit. And it doesn't mean that Jupiter is going to, in like 4 billion years, still be 5 AU away from the sun. This chaotic nature is still continually happening. And you have to take that into account.
And the sun's going to expand in 4.
So it's chaos with random bouts of organization.
That's like when I get in the mood to like clean. Random bouts of organization.
Surrounded by chaos.
Chaos is not random. I mean, it is random bouts of organization that is determined by gravity.
And I mean, Jupiter takes up, is basically, aside from the sun, Jupiter is basically the only other thing that is of a
matters.
consequential mass in the solar system, and everything else is just negligible mass.
Yeah,
It's
but
plus or minus.
Still, but it still pulls on it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you remember from the from the three body problem episode is you don't have to pull on it much for it to have large effects down the line.
Gravity's very finicky. It's very
finicky.
It's very
and so what
sensitive.
probably ended up happening is that for 51 Pegasi b, there was something else in the solar system that moved it in closer, that caused it to move in closer. If there were no other planets, highly doubtful. But if there were no other planets, then wherever this planet formed, that's pretty much where it would stay. But since you have all this other shit in the
then
it impacts on where 51 Pegasi b is going to end up.
How is then the expansion of our sun as it then moves off the main sequence, as it begins to run out of fuel and turn into a red giant? How's that going to affect then the orbits of the planets?
Well,
I mean, because I've always thought about it of like, oh yeah, the sun expands and swallows, up through, the Earth, maybe Mars.
Okay, let's say Mars.
Kind of thing. But I never thought about, that the sun, those outer layers expanding, what that would do to the actual orbits of the planets.
It's all right.
I assume the orbits stay where they're at, but that might not be the case.
No, they stay where they're at.
Oh, they do. So,
all right.
Okay.
So if you look at Jupiter,
yes, I'm looking at Jupiter.
Just
in my mind's eye.
Ignore everything else.
Done.
Done. Let us not worry about
Jupes or go home.
Yeah, let's not worry about the chaoticness of three-body problem at all.
Okay.
So, and this is true for every single planet. From the planet's perspective, the gravity that it feels. Let's say, all right. So we're gonna say Jupiter. Jupiter is about what 5 AU from the sun.
Yes.
It assumes all that mass is at a point 5 AU away from it. And it doesn't matter if the sun expands.
It's still...
because that expansion, it still sees it as 5 AU away.
The center of mass, I guess, is still going to be
because the sides... Yeah, it's looking at the center of mass of the sun. So the sides kind of cancel each other out. The front of this poofy sun... sun gets canceled out by the far.
The poofy sun. God, I wish I was going to be alive for the poofy sun era.
Now... we decided that Mars is
we're gonna go. We're gonna go.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna go into Mars.
As the sun gets poofier, gets bigger, it will expand past Mercury. Now Mercury has this drag on it, and because it's running into material that used to be in the sun,
so it's not immediately disintegrated then.
No, and so it's going to lose momentum. And it's going to slowly spiral in. And you would have that same thing for Venus.
For each one.
Earth, and for Mars.
Other than it gets real fucking hot.
So we will survive in the sun for a while before.
No, we won't survive. It will be too hot for anything.
The planet.
This is in my brain. What happens
Holy shit. Sorry, there's just so much snow coming down. They just noticed.
Oh, it's beautiful. So the sun expands and our planet just goes. That's in my brain. That's what happens. But obviously, it's like the planet's like, hey, I'm just gonna keep going through this shit until I then.
Now for a supernova though, it's very different. But
but our sun's not gonna supernova because it's not that big.
No, but for our sun, it's gonna cause some problems for us. First, it's gonna strip off our atmosphere, so we're not gonna be able to see this.
But then Jupiter will be the closest planet to the sun.
We have to take a drink.
No, he's not barking. He's just being cute.
But no, wasn't he makes an appearance?
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
But at this point,
right.
He just jumped on the back of my chair.
Drink for Frodo.
There's too much snow, buddy. We're not going outside right now. There's way too much snow.
Anyway, so there are over 7,000 planets that have been discovered according to exoplanets.eu.
This is wild because I remember when they were at like 3,000. And it was like, oh my god, there's been 3,000.
I remember there was one day where we were like 700, and then Kepler came out with a big report, and it like tripled the amount of exoplanets out there. It was like the day I was giving a report on Kepler, and it was like the coolest thing ever.
I remember when there was 3.
Well, okay, yeah.
Planets?
3 planets.
I wish I paid attention and was into astronomy when I was really young to notice, to be like, oh, in 1995 when I was 10. Oh, look at this. No, it wasn't until later, but
yeah.
Oh my god.
It's just been raining.
I mean, I wish
for
we had
us.
snow here.
Yeah, we
but
just have rain. We'll get snow in like February. That's
Hopefully.
usually when we get snow.
Hopefully, knock on wood. Oh, okay. So are we gonna
We can
put this
see-
on
we can
in
see,
the chat of the?
So we can.
It just
All right.
looks over
Anyway,
ours.
so we'll talk about supernovas because you brought that up. In
Okay,
the Hangover.
okay. I brought something else up in the Hangover, and I can't remember what it is now.
Oh, the Jehovah's Witnesses.
Oh yeah, the Jehovah's Witnesses.
We'll get into that. But first, we got to do the supernova because Jehovah's Witnesses are going to dominate that conversation.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Anyway, so that is kind of
So in a nutshell, our
we've
current
already done the nutshell.
I'm re-nutshelling. I'm re-nutshelling, and basically our current understanding.
I'm really glad I was not mid-swallow on that
Our
one.
solar system formed out of a large cloud of gas and dust, with the sun forming at the center, and the planets, the inner planets forming out of the rocky materials closer, and then the dust and gas primarily forming the gas giants further out. Solar wind kicked on, swept out all the excess debris, and we're left with the solar system as we know today.
With some shit moving around in the
much.
beginning, and then 51 Peg kind of blows everything
And we
up.
were in some sort of nebula at some point.
Yep. But everything did start off
Which we
in
call the
nebula.
solar nebula. We call it the solar nebula because, of course, we do.
Yeah. All right. So, yes, thank you for that. And that is a kind of a brief look.
At space,
35,000
okay,
feet.
we never really related it to space pistas, but think of like it,
Oh, the accretion does.
Because
Now we have another 10 minutes of explanations.
our solar system on a plane. It's basically a space pizza.
Yeah, so what happens
The
is you have this-
center of the sun is that little table that's in the center of a pizza when you get a pizza delivered. That little table.
Well, you
got
got
to
to explain why it looks like a pizza.
because it's
Angular
roundish.
momentum.
And
It's
angular
always
momentum.
angular
Yeah,
momentum.
and then it makes it a flat like disc.
Yeah. So it collapses.
The planets are
It
pepperonis.
like the
The moons are olives. The comets are green peppers.
Asteroids are sausages.
They're done.
I mean, wouldn't Neptune and Jupiter be more of the green olives?
The new Jupiter and Neptune are like salamis because they're large.
No, I'm sorry. No, Uranus and Neptune. Because they're more that like bluish green.
They'd be like
color.
they'd be like anchovies.
What?
I'll take it. Now that I'm an adult, anchovies are fine. Why do I have black in my eyes?
I don't know.
'Cause you cool
Anyway,
as shit.
thanks for joining us on this edition of whatever this was.
This was Space Pieces, aka How Planets Form on Cosmos with Cosmos.
Yes, join us in a couple weeks where we
Go high in the sky for February because
High in the
maybe
sky February.
we're gonna be halfway through January, and or
Where-
over
aren't
halfway
we
through
there?
over
Kinda
halfway
now.
through January, and we're
Yeah.
gonna be talking about February because the time keeps
And
on going and the solar system keeps on orbiting.
I can't wait for 2030. Let's go.
Just to get out of this mess that we're in.
Uh-huh.
Okay, all right.
well, that'd be 2029, right?
Well, I mean,
Let's go for an even.
inauguration, all kind of stuff.
Let's go for an even numbered year.
All right. So, January 20th is not the end, folks. Resist.
In the U.S., everywhere else, you're fine.
I mean, we have the potential of making it everywhere else. So,
I'm miserable.
um,
We already make everywhere else miserable.
all right. So, resist, everybody. But Happy New Year. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Keep on forming those planets.
Woo! Planetary pizzas.
Pew.
All right, stick around. Join us for the what is it? The
Hangover.
Hangover. I was gonna call it.
God
Hangout.
damn it!
I was gonna call it Hangout. I stopped myself.
It's the Hangover. We've been doing this for years now.
God,
I
5-6
don't- I don't
years.
pay attention. I don't pay attention.
I know.
Time is meaningless, Liz. We went. We had a whole episode.
check
by
out
the
our
way,
episode on
check
time.
out time. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bam.
Thanks for everyone for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Cheers.
And if you're with us now, stick around for the Hangover.
Hang out.
The Hangover.
out with us
we'll
in the
be
Hangout.
right back.
We're brand.
And we're back for
Hey.
The Hangover with Cosmos Thank you for joining us at the break in the main episode, or I should say, let's start over. In the main episode, we were talking about space pizzas, aka how planets form, and on the break, Brandon was doing some training work with Frodo.
Yeah, he does the spin. He knows place. Oh, so you guys, the chat does not know his place. So before he gets his food, you say place, and he jumps up to his little location. And
Show
I'm
them
not
the
sure.
location.
Let's see if we can do this with my zip-tied camera. So
Oh, is it that?
Oh my god!
There
his
it is.
little tiny chair.
His
little tiny chair.
Frodo's armchair.
It's adorable.
Oh god!
So
I can't.
every time I say place, he runs to his chair. Let me get a snack so I can prove it. Actually,
Okay.
no, Frodo, place.
Oh my god! What a good boy!
Good boy. Come.
All right, Brandon, you got to get up and get him like at least 8 treats. He's got to have 8
Oh
treats.
my god! I'm sorry.
There's wickets. He goes to my legs for wickets. He does spin, and I'm training to say Oliver Twist to where he goes and gets his bowl and brings it to me.
All right,
Lisa.
Brandon, go lie down.
Okay, well, when he gets back, I want to confirm, but I think that little armchair is from IKEA. We gotta get Jack an armchair. I mean, you know who's not gonna use it? Jack. And who will use it?
Sit.
Leia, and it will be just as amazing.
Sit.
Or if any of the cats lay in it.
Wickets. Good boy. Spin.
It looks like
Boy.
Brandon's got a joint.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay, did you get that little armchair at IKEA?
Yes.
Yes, I knew it. I want to get one
See,
for Jack
but-
/ Leia, because
So here's
Leia
the
will
thing. So
definitely
it's
sit in
too
Too.
small. It's too small for Leia. It's Jack's.
no.
It's Jack's right size. It's slightly too small for Frodo, but there is an actual adult size chair.
Yeah, I've looked
So
at them.
you can get the matching set. So
Yeah.
you have your master chair, and
Oh
but
my
then
God.
yeah, it was more expensive than I wanted. So
Yeah. I bet Leia could fit in it because
Oh,
she
Leia
can
would
fit in
try to
anything.
fit in it,
At least
but-
her butt will fit, and she will make her butt fit. But oh my
you know
god.
who will sit in it though? Indy.
Oh, Indy will sit in it. Yeah, he'll curl up in it, and that will be also adorable. So, I mean, any kind of tiny armchair, kid's armchair, basically,
it's
is
so cute.
adorable for an animal. So, I love
And
that so much.
it took like 20 minutes to put together, and it was a fun time.
It's IKEA.
Yeah, I figured just have to add the legs.
Well, you had to pull the whole thing together.
Oh, okay.
All right, Leia,
You would love it.
We're gonna get you a chair.
I
Go
do
let him.
I do like building IKEA
Oh,
furniture.
to the point where you don't let me do it.
I'm very
So
controlling.
I think there was one time when I
Wait a
was
minute. What
when
did
I
you
was
say?
living.
What did you say?
I said I'm very controlling.
Oh, I have not
When-
noticed this about you. This is new. This
When
is
I was
new.
living in Ogden with Mike and Liz, there was a moment I got some IKEA furniture, and I stepped out of the room just to let Liz do it all.
Look, I got it. I know what I'm
she
doing.
got little mallets, the little rubber mallets, hammer things together, and just went to town.
So, in the creation of this Lego
Oh,
thing
no.
that we have behind us
no.
right here, the Milky Way galaxy, we did have a system where we would do one set of instructions and pass it to the next person.
We'd be like, your move.
Your move.
Like it was a
Right,
chess
my
game.
move, your move. That was not always the case, and it was so frustrating making some builds.
Well, it was frustrating. Look, I know. Look, I know. Okay, I know. I just
Should we talk about supernovas?
yes.
Oh,
right.
this is the Hangover. They're on the rules.
Okay, no.
We don't need to delve into how controlling it could be.
All right, let's talk.
Is that in order?
Okay, there's two
Yes.
things that we want to talk about. We want to talk about supernovae.
Yes, and your talk with the Jehovah's Witnesses,
boy.
because that's always a
Oh.
fun
So,
bit.
all right.
And I may randomly have to leave throughout. So
Yeah,
continue.
yeah. Brandon might have
I'll just
a
mute
Frodo,
myself and you'll see Frodo do things.
you know,
Okay,
adventures
so first of all, supernovae, because it actually does tie to our topic.
of creating planetary systems.
Yeah, and so if you have this cloud of dust and gas that's out there, then how does that cloud of dust and gas start to collapse? Well, one mechanism is a supernova explosion, nearby supernova explosion.
Yeah, that force of the
compresses
explosion causes the gas to...
Yeah, and so you have these massive stars that create these elements like carbon and oxygen. So the first stars,
iron's a good one. It's a real good one. In fact, the only one that can be made in a supernova.
Exactly.
Well, there's some other ones,
well-
but mainly iron is the one you're going to be most familiar with.
So
Other than like gold. Also gold only
True.
made in a supernova. If you wear anything
gold, silver.
if you have any legitimately gold jewelry, that all once came from not just a supernova, but most likely multiple supernovas.
Yeah.
It was supernovae.
Right.
This is the shit that geeks me out about the universe and astronomy, and it's
All right. So let's
right.
go back to the beginning. Let's go all the way back to the beginning.
of all.
Of all.
Doodaloo, doodaloo.
So 13 billion years. Good job, Frodo. People listening is like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, if you're this hangovers are only on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
We don't put them on the Spotify for audio. Also, I just noticed we can see Brandon's space shuttle slippers, and I love it so much.
All right. So when the universe first formed, there
Yes.
was hydrogen, helium, a little bit of
a
lithium,
little bit of lithium, a
little
little
bit
bit
of
of Kurt Cobain.
a little bit of Kurt Cobain in there, and so we don't see that now. We see other
Yeah,
things.
we got a lot of other shit.
Carbon,
Which can
oxygen.
only... Then how did that shit get there?
Yeah,
Well...
it's from supernovas, and so the first stars formed from
I'm
these
sorry,
clouds.
I'm getting excited about stellar evolution right now, and it's my jam.
These first stars formed in these clouds of dust and gas that were predominantly hydrogen and helium. And so big fucking stars.
Yeah, big
motherfuckers.
bada boomers.
Yeah, and so they would...
So, hold on. Can I interject? So think of stars like onions. Okay,
yeah.
so it's basically you have these different layers that happen. So you have hydrogen and helium. So you have hydrogen at the core, really, performing nuclear fusion, turning into helium. Well, eventually, what's going to happen? That hydrogen supply, it's not infinite. It's going to run out.
Yeah.
And so then what happens is the helium actually gets hot enough to then turn into carbon. And then, oh no,
Carbon,
that helium's
yep.
going to run out. So that carbon gets hot enough where it can turn into oxygen. Now, depending on the mass in the star, you can't go through this cycle very far. But if you're early in the universe and you've got a lot of shit, a lot of mass to you that has accumulated, then you can like really keep going and get hot enough to where then the elements are getting hot enough to create. I'm on a stellar evolution binge right now, and I'm so excited. So,
Freaking out.
okay,
And
so
I'm going to add to this onion thing in a second.
okay, so then you get like oxygen to carbon to whatever, and on until you get to iron.
Right.
The problem with iron is it doesn't release energy to maintain in one of my favorite scientific terms, hydrostatic equilibrium.
Hell yeah.
The balance of the inward pull of gravity with the outward pull of pressure. We're buffering. We're losing internet. It's fine. Whatever.
I still see you on Skype. You're solid
Okay.
here.
We're good. We're good. Keep it going.
So, okay, iron consumes energy. And then what happens is because there's no longer an outward release of energy, gravity takes over and starts compressing that star and compressing it until it gets to the point where it then it explodes in a supernova explosion. And
Atoms.
in that supernova, it can get so hot that you have elements like gold, platinum, all these heavy elements being created in this supernova. And this, I take you and I argue, this is the moment of creation.
Oh, yes. No, I completely agree with that. Because,
Calcium is part of the onion process. Anyway.
Yeah, because that creation, this is the stuff that
Then that material spreads out through the universe, interacts with other clouds of gas and dust made with similar material, other elements, and they combine together and start forming new stars with this new material involved. And then those stars also are evolving planets and moons and asteroids and stuff around them.
And that's
in
why
this
the
process.
Earth has the iron, the carbon, the oxygen.
Yes, it
all
all
of that
came from supernovae explosions. You can't get those elements anywhere else in the universe than from a supernova.
Yeah, the death of a star, which leads to the, life elsewhere, the birth of other planets. And so that is why the Earth could not have formed 13 billion years ago.
It needed these
9
elements.
billion years.
Yeah.
For the universe to be
and
right.
these elements coming from all over the universe, not just a single point. And
Yes.
it's taking billions of years.
Well, all over the galaxy.
For all over, well, yes, the galaxy, because it take longer to get stuff from like the Andromeda galaxy and even further. But you have all that material then coming together through gravity. Gravity brings it together, and the more of a clump you have, the stronger its gravity because the more mass it has, until eventually you get all this material in this big cloud of gas and dust, and it starts to then concentrate. And so you always get this kind of center point, and the more it builds, the hotter it gets. And the hotter it gets, and if it gets hot enough, then it can, the simplest element in the universe, hydrogen, then can fuse to helium, and a star is born, and the surrounding material can form your planet's moons. So it's like a never-ending cycle. It is a recycling throughout the time of the universe to get to the point we have today, where we can observe not only the Earth and our solar system, but these other exoplanets and planetary systems out there.
You know what's crazy though is that when the Big Bang happened, you had hydrogen form. You had helium form, and so
the smattering of lithium.
And a smattering of lithium, but basically it was 75% hydrogen
and 20
and roughly 25% helium,
yeah.
and just the lithium doesn't even matter. At this point, it has taken us 13 billion years to go 75% hydrogen, 24% helium, 1% everything else.
That so with all of the heavier elements, so to say, all the metals that have been formed, because these are all considered metals, even though it's like we don't think of,
Helium as a
For,
metal.
for an astronomer,
metal.
anything beyond helium is a metal.
Yeah, we don't think
just
of
got lazy.
oxygen as a metal,
We just got lazy.
But, and the fact that is just like basically nothing
Right.
of all the matter in the universe. But then we needed silicone, we needed oxygen, we needed carbon, we needed gold, we needed platinum, we needed these materials to make the technology that we use today
Yes.
to understand all the shit that we are trying to understand about the universe.
Right,
So
right.
we needed this whole process to happen in order to get where we are today. And the fact that it randomly in the chaos of the universe happen to where we can then like observe the universe and make these conclusions is just why it's like, hey, you are lucky that you get to exist in this point in time.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
It's random happen chance, but with the size of the universe, how random is it?
It's got
is
to.
the
Yeah.
question.
All right, so there's two things.
I'm sorry.
All right, go ahead. Go
no,
ahead, go
I was
ahead,
just
go
gonna
ahead.
say, like, I don't know where we've gone, but we've exploded somewhere in this hangover.
We have? Or like or a star?
Yeah, no, just never mind.
Because a
Keep
star
going.
has exploded.
Oh yeah, a star just exploded right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait,
probably right now.
right
yeah.
now. Yeah.
But over there.
Oh wait,
Oh, but over there.
oh there's one right now.
Oh,
That's
wait a minute.
exploded.
Down there now.
Yeah,
It's down there.
it's Brandon's favorite fact, and he can't hear this at all. His
No.
favorite fact of all time, of all astronomy, is there is a supernova happening. Look, it's afternoon. It's a Sunday. It's fine.
It's Sunday, it's fine.
Cosmos, The Hangover, is happening
out.
every. God
Oh,
damn it!
wait a minute. Do you drink not taste good?
No, I'm taking just a minute
Okay.
of water.
All right, I have two things.
It happens every second.
Something like that.
Something
I mean,
like that, yeah.
obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the universe is so big. All right, so I have two comments.
Okay.
All right, one has to do with your onion, which,
Okay,
which
yes,
I really,
the onion,
really love.
which that I got from my astronomy class that I took at Glendale
Right.
Community College.
But what I loved was that it was all right. So I think there's two onions going on, and
Two onions.
and it could be that
Is one a parody of it?
no.
Okay.
No.
Because the onion, newspaper onion. were
No, no. Oh, I got it.
Okay,
No, I got
yeah,
it. No, this isn't a parody. It is like so.
I know.
When you were talking about the onion,
Yes.
it was the way that I interpreted it in my brain was a linear thing.
Well, it's linear in a sense, but even though but you have to go from one
Right.
element to the next element.
Right.
Right.
But also, though, if you have a really big star like Betelgeuse right now,
Beetlejuice, yes.
Betelgeuse.
It's on his death throes.
it is
God,
fucking
Brandon, you missed some
Betelgeuse. And you
beautiful
do
stuff
not
that
say
happened.
Betelgeuse,
No.
Betelgeuse.
I call it Betelgeuse.
Oh God, get out of here with
I'm
the
a Betelgeuse
correct.
kind of guy.
Get out of here with the correct pronunciation.
I'm gonna do Betelgeuse. All right,
Betelgeuse.
Let's cut Betelgeuse in half and let's see what's going on.
Oh my
inside.
God, I would love it so much.
So in the core, in the very center of Betelgeuse, it is probably at this point going. I don't think it's oxygen. Whatever
It's
the next step
after
up.
carbon.
No, it goes carbon to oxygen.
I'll be back
Oh,
in
I
like
thought it was
5
oxygen.
minutes.
Okay, it's fine. Get out of here.
Oxygen to maybe silicone to
Oh, okay.
silicon.
I don't know the exact
There-
order.
I think there's something that is actually beyond what?
I'm
Oh.
sorry. I'm looking at the error that's
Okay.
occurring.
There's
I don't know
something
what it
beyond
means.
oxygen that then goes to lead. I mean, iron. So
Yeah.
right now in the very center of the Betelgeuse, it's going oxygen to something.
Yes, with the helium, or I'm sorry, the hydrogen is going to be in the outer layers now because it has
Right.
been pushed out.
You see,
Yes, that's what I'm
That's
saying.
the onion that I.
Yeah, so it's not like in
Yeah.
with hydrogen still at the center. It's
No.
it's
Yeah,
it's
so-
more like the layers of the like Earth, like the rock.
Right.
You know?
So in the very center, you have whatever going to whatever, oxygen going to whatever.
Yeah.
And then there is a layer above that goes carbon to oxygen.
You're basically going down the further you
and
get
then,
out. Because the dogs
just
are going to
above
start barking.
that, you have nitrogen to carbon, and so we tend to think of we
Yes! Oh my god, I want some of your French onion
God,
soup,
be good.
Jack.
We tend to think of it as just a singular event, whatever's
Yeah.
going on in the star. Oh, thank you, Leia. Go lie down. Go lie down. Thank you for the love.
It's okay.
Go lie
She's
down.
fine.
Thank you for the kisses. I hate that. Thank you for the kisses.
You hate her love?
No, I love her love. I just don't like dog kisses. Anyway, yeah, we think of it as a singular event,
Yeah.
like what's going on in the core, and that's the only place this shit happens.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get these really big stars, it's not. It really is peeling back the layers of an onion.
Yeah.
And I guess it just in my head, it was a very linear thing, the way that you were describing it, the way that my brain interpreted it.
okay.
But
I mean, it's
but you were
linear, but
talking
not.
about. Yeah, if you cut Betelgeuse in half, or these
Yeah, you're
massive
gonna
stars,
see the-
you can see the different layers.
Yeah, it's basically starting from like the oldest out to youngest
Mm-hmm,
in, basically, is what's going on.
Or the easiest to most difficult.
Yes, exactly. Because
Least energy to
you
most
need
energy.
these higher temperatures, this
And
higher
temperatures
energy.
is a measure of kinetic energy.
Of energy, yeah. You need these energy. We see it as light and we feel it as heat, basically. So that's what, when I'm saying energy, I'm encompassing like both of those kind of things, because your larger stars, the more massive ones that are gonna go through this like extended onion phase, if you will, they are going to be generally the more luminous stars in the sky,
Right.
like Sirius, the brightest star in the nighttime sky. That is a massive blue star. Oh my God, Katie's gonna be doing blooming onions tonight in the
how do
air
you do
fryer. No, you take an onion and
Okay, all right.
you
Focus,
dip
though,
it
focus,
and bread it,
focus,
but you
focus.
gotta cut it so it's in like that. It looks like that. A flour, and
Like
then
the
I think you put it in the air fryer. Yes, and then you.
Somebody just nailed
Anyway, I did.
Oh, you
I
did?
hit. Well, I hit the microphone, but no, they're just hitting the light. It's fine. The camera's attached to the TV. Anyway, so I don't know what I was saying, but anyway, yeah.
All right. Okay. Anyway, my second point though
Okay.
was that, and this will lead into Jehovah's Witnesses.
Oh, will it? Okay.
Yeah, I just find I find the beauty of the universe
Mm-hmm.
in the onion of Betelgeuse, the supernova of a star seeding a cloud of dust and gas that then leads to planets forming
All
with
of
carbon
creation.
and oxygen. Yes, and I find the beauty in it takes the universe. Oh, and this is going to sound arrogant. It's a very human-centric kind of way, and I really do not mean it this way.
Okay.
I find the beauty in that it takes the universe 9 to 13 billion years to come up with us. And I don't mean that as in like humanity is the pinnacle of everything.
Oh God, I hope not.
No, I hope not.
Oh my
But
There's got to be a better species out there.
that it takes 13 billion years to get here. There is
Yeah.
it's like a fine wine.
That is more meaningful to me than any kind of other
that it
force of
takes-
creation.
that it takes-
Some like, I don't know, some like dude who's like, constantly mad at his children and punishing them and giving them real bad daddy issues, and just
Right.
doing whatever he wants at the whim of whatever his feelings are. And
Yeah.
then, but then, like, other ones that also are like, hey, we're very temperamental, so either, honor us, but if you don't, then we're gonna, like, create wars between you. I'm talking about the Greek pantheon in this
Right,
situation
right,
of
right.
examples. The first one was the Christian one, second one was the Greek one. But basically, what I'm saying is I find it more meaningful to be a single. And actually, we were watching the new season, the most recent season of Doctor Who. And
Oh, it's so great.
and how the doctor is like, I am there's only one of me in the universe, there's only one of you in the universe. And I was like, you know what, that is very true, because we are each singular.
He said that, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
He
okay,
said
okay.
that, and I'm like, yes, that is very true. We are our each own singular beings, things, existences, masses,
Right.
mass genies in the universe, each one of us. And that's what makes life more meaningful to me than anything religion can
Right.
bring, is like, hey, I got this one.
Brandon's trying to figure out
like,
where
what the
we
fuck
are.
Are we
happened?
all mass genies?
We're all mass genies.
Right, but it's like, but not only just like DNA wise are we different, but just
No,
experiences.
but like each ant, each beetle is its own. There is no other.
Consider the humble ant.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is that is more important. Your one
Right.
meager, pitiful life in this universe, where the odds of you existing are nil to nil.
Right, and
But you do.
and
Like,
and
cool.
that's why I really. Okay, all right. I'm sure that there's going to be some people that just hear this first part and don't hear the second part.
Okay. Listen to all
That
two
is
parts,
why
everybody.
I hate the concept of American.
Oh, okay.
You
Part
can-
one.
You can then fill in whatever fucking country
Yeah,
you
no,
want
we're
to.
Earthlings.
Right. And so we
It's
are
so-
all Earthlings.
It's so
They're
hippie
really-
UFOist. Like,
Yeah.
we are Earthlings.
So what is the difference? Federico is Italian. Federico's Italian. What's the difference between us and him?
Better pizza. I'm
Like,
gonna
I guess it depends at what
probably.
level are you asking that question.
Better pizza.
Because the answer is the same at the micro level.
Yeah,
It's
that's
kind
what
of
I'm
the same
asking.
throughout, and it's slightly different at the human scale.
Better-
Barely. And then at a different scale, it's the same again.
Better
but-
work ethic / leisure time
God, I wish I could take all of August off.
allowed.
The craziest thing is for us to find out that Italy is taking August off because, hey, you know what? Fucking vacation, do it. But for us as an Americans going, how do we handle this? How do we
Like,
do
I get
this?
like 4 days off a year. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Oh God, everybody
yeah.
has it better figured out than we do. Also, better pasta. Yeah.
So,
but that
so
was the
for me,
obvious.
there is something really meaningful
Mm-hmm.
in how the universe works and stuff like that.
Not related to the TV show, how the universe works.
Right.
is a fun
No. Oh, God.
No, I'm
I
just
didn't
saying.
think about that.
I
Or the
don't
book.
know, no.
Or the book. So, was it this week? It was earlier this week, wasn't it?
I don't know what time.
Time
Let's check
doesn't
out our
matter.
episode on
Check
time.
out our episode time. We got, that has to be in there, everyone. It's like the
Yeah,
the Coronado. And,
Yeah.
all right,
Oh,
anyway.
yep.
Jehovah's Witnesses show up at our
Oh,
door.
right.
Oh, all right.
I'm working. No, I was on the exercise bike during
All
my
right.
lunch.
Okay, here's the thing. This van or something.
No, it was a Honda CRV, aka Katie Stan. It was Stan. It was Stan reincarnated. Katie knows what that means. I'm not going to take the
Oh,
Was
time to
it
explain it.
reinvanated or reincarnated?
It was reincarnated.
All right.
It's not a van.
So hold on. I look out in the corner of my eye. I see this, what in my brain interprets as this gray thing. And I'm like, oh, okay, the mail truck is here.
No,
Bringing some sort of Amazon package for Liz because I'm not expecting anything.
Anyway, and I'm like, it looks nothing like the mail truck at all.
No,
It's a van.
because I literally
van.
looked for like a tenth of a second and returned.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't need to really worry about this.
Mm-hmm.
And then the doorbell rings, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go get whatever the fuck it is.
Mm-hmm.
And so I do, And there's these two 20-year-old women standing outside my door, and I'm going, you're not the male person. And so now I got to deal with you. And I didn't mean to deal with you. And it's Jehovah's Witnesses. And I didn't know they were Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yeah, rip Stan. Yeah, you did crash him while you fell asleep while driving.
Holy shit, I didn't know about this.
Yeah, it was, she is lucky.
Clearly she's okay.
She was fine. Stan was not fine.
No, all right, I'm going to have to hear more of this story later.
Stan died that night, but Katie did not, and she's fine
funny?
and learned a very powerful lesson.
Brandon did not mute the microphone.
He didn't mute it.
Anyway.
I can mute him. I'll mute him right now.
Oh, you can mute him?
Yeah, he's muted.
Oh, look at you got the fucking
I got the power of the universe.
Wow.
Or Stan.
All right, so you didn't mute him.
Yeah, we hear him through Skype.
Oh.
They don't hear him through stream.
Okay, that's fair. All right. Anyway, these two women.
I'm gonna keep when he comes back. I'm gonna keep him muted for a little bit.
All right, so everybody just play along. Anyway, and these 20-year-olds, they go, so is like, the state of the world, is that like stressful for you? Blah blah blah.
Yeah, it's fucking stressful. We
And
live
I
in
was
America, and look who was just elected with his fucking. Holy shit, it's bad. Anyway.
Yeah, and I was like, you know what? I didn't vote for the dude. So basically in 10 days it's going to get real stressful, but I didn't vote for him because I don't give a shit anymore. I just don't give a shit. And then for somehow they were like, we're Jehovah's Witnesses and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, here's the thing. There is no way you're going to convince me, and I'm not going to convince you. So if we start from this point, then it can be a fine conversation. But as long as you know, there's no way you're going to convince me.
Meanwhile, imagine me at this point on the exercise bike, just like, what the fuck is going on?
And at some
Just answer the
point,
door. Why is he still out there? What the hell?
yeah, and so at some point, I'm like, okay, I have to go get a jacket because it was cold outside. No, I didn't invite them in. And should we tell him he's still muted?
You forgot to mute your mic, so I muted you, so I've kept you muted. Oh, wait.
Solid green, solid red. So I assumed that I was not muted.
You're unmuted now.
After you're done with your story, I have a question for people.
All right,
Okay.
so Brandon asked if we let the vampires in. And
We
no,
did not.
No, we did not.
But he did come and he peeked into me and he was like, "Do you want to come join a conversation about religion?" And I was like, "Oh fuck no!"
I was so hoping. And
then I had to get back to work, so
Yeah,
I was like, "I can't."
And I was so hoping Liz would join me, not because, just the reaction from these people. But anyway, so I go back out there and we basically just have a conversation, and I really, from in these conversations, it is going to be two things that I am going to talk to you about.
Science.
If you are going to bring your God into this, I'm going to bring science into this. But also, I am going to tell you how fucking shitty you are to LGBTQ plus and to women. And so those are the two things I want to get across. And as a male speaking about women. But anyway, somebody wouldn't join me.
Well, first of all, I
was in Utah.
I didn't know what brand you were dealing with because it was either Mormons or
it's either
Jehovah's.
going to be Mormons or Jehovah's Witnesses.
And also I was on the exercise bike and I didn't want to ruin my workout.
You're in
right?
the
No, you shouldn't.
I was in it,
and I wasn't thinking like right then. I was thinking afterwards.
But also I had to get back to work. And I had a lot of shit that
I think you responded to me in a text that Mike's in the religious
Yes,
debate.
I did. Yeah. I was like, oh boy. So yeah, I did not. I was trying to trying to listen, but it was just all muffled through the wall
Right.
and the window. But me cracking the window would have been way too obvious.
Oh, way too obvious.
So I was like, well, he'll tell me when he gets back. I mean, I wish I did, just because I think that they were young, because they were young women.
They were 20.
I could then pop in there and be like, you're brainwashed, right? Okay.
Along the same lines, I don't want to get too much into this, but Federico on chat just had a comment saying that this is the 50th anniversary of ESA, European Space Agency, which is excellent.
Oh, no.
But their national TV in Italy invited an astrologist
to
talk about tumors.
No.
Tumors?
Federico.
What? Tumors?
I didn't know this was happening.
Anyway.
I didn't know this was happening elsewhere.
Oh,
I thought this was just an
Oh,
American thing.
No, this is everywhere.
Oh, no. No. Someone's got to stop these astrologists.
Yeah, I know, right? And Jehovah's Witnesses and Mormons and
all the.
Oh my God! And so, all right, Leia, go lie down. I don't think
She just loves you.
Leia, go lie down.
She just look
Leia?
at her. She wants love.
Oh,
So
well,
I
have
have a command with Frodo. It's called "Don't lay it."
Don't Leia. Don't eat her own. Don't eat your own poop.
Don't you eat your own poop. Yeah, turns around, sniffs it. Don't lay it, and he leaves it.
Yes, the Middle Ages ended tomorrow.
Maybe. We're not here. Not here.
Not here. So I mean, I don't think that they were expecting. And I told them, I was like, you guys have shown up at pretty much the most progressive house in Everett.
They're not allowed to come back now. They're definitely not allowed to come back.
You've been excommunicated.
You know, they told them what the conversation had happened, and they were like, "You cannot go back there because they're going to be."
It was a whole gamut of topics that we. I basically started by saying.
I hope we're on like a watch list or like a do not return to list.
I basically started by saying
nice.
That I didn't vote for Trump, and that because they were like, do you have hope? You know, that kind of thing, which is a whole. What the fuck does that even mean? That is such a.
I don't know. Where is Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Okay, I was like,
where are the beacons?
I was like, I did not vote for the dude who's going to go into office in 10 days.
You mean the felon?
Who's officially a felon now. Yay, America. And...
Oh, look, a drink.
You know, I'm like, I don't have hope in him. I don't have hope in what he's going to do.
Leia's looking at him with a toy in his
but
mouth
I do have hope in humanity. And I do have to hold on to the hope of humanity.
I mean, we made it this far. I mean, we've been through some terrible shit, guys. Remember, like Hitler? That was pretty. It was pretty rough on humanity. Guys, remember, like all of human history? It's been pretty rough. On all of humanity.
The 90s were okay.
The 90s were actually pretty decent. I don't know. I'm going back to a plaid, like early 90s grunge phase.
Nice shirt, by the way.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh shit! Did I show everyone what they got me for Christmas?
No, you didn't show.
I haven't taken the tag up yet because I don't know exactly where to put it. But.
Yeah.
Is it a golden record?
It's the golden record.
I need a place to put it.
See, you have to tell everybody what it is because it was just a glare.
What was the golden record?
Oh, sorry. So this is the golden record on the Voyager 1 and 2 spacecraft, also technically on the Pioneers, but to a lesser extent. We, of course, have my tattoo.
Reference my shirt right now.
This is the right way out.
It tells us exactly where we are.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's naked humans on it.
Not on this one.
Not on that one, no. But... yeah, we thought that would be, a nice addition to somewhere on your wall space.
I'll figure it out.
Know how much you love Voyager.
I have an idea. I do love Voyager.
I know.
Okay, so should I continue on to the thing I want to ask?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
Love that conversation about Jehovah's Witnesses, and also, I mean, you gotta give credit to actually have a conversation.
Holy shit, he's got on
Federico has the golden record on his pizza cutter.
Oh, that's fucking cool as shit.
That's awesome.
I used to have the Enterprise pizza cutter. It was nice.
I've seen that.
Frodo. Sorry. All right. So, do you know the Reddit subreddit? Am I an asshole?
No, because I've never really used Reddit.
You're an elder millennial, and I respect that.
Yes.
So
thank you.
Katie knows.
Katie
Am I
does
an asshole? Basically, it's people giving a story in which they are a character, and they ask, "Am I the asshole in the situation?"
Oh, okay.
And it's wonderful drama.
Okay.
So I have that.
So
but for
you have a
pet-
hypothetical for us.
No, it's not hypothetical at all. It just happens.
Oh, okay.
But from a pet standpoint, am I an asshole with my pet? So
Oh, okay.
he has this food bowl, and every time he gets up, food in it, and it's the whole thing. But as a way to, I don't know, satiate him at this point, because it's a lot of energy, so I need him to like focus on something.
Yeah.
I take his antler horn, which came from Wisconsin, and he hasn't touched it in a little bit, so I take it, and then I get his food bowl.
Mm-hmm.
That's the key. I get his food bowl. I put his antler in that. I put some bone broth on it, and I sprinkle in some puppy seasoning, and I kind of rolled it around.
Wait.
Yeah.
We got what is
Puppy seasoning.
Give me 1 second.
Puppy seasoning. It sounds like it's a seasoning made of
Technically,
puppies.
it is called All Pups Seasoning. For the chat there.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Oysters, eggshell powder,
Okay,
sea
it's
kelp
like
powder,
it's like a
spinach
food
powder.
topper.
Basically,
it's
we
a
throw
food
in
topper.
anything that went into the compost pile.
It's a food topper, basically.
Yeah,
We're
so
just
I-
trying to make the food more appealing.
Yeah. So
the
I
dog.
get his antler horn, I put some bone broth on it, I mix it around, I stick this on it, mix it around again so that's extra good, and I give him it. He just fucking looks at it and doesn't touch it because he's expecting that there's food in his bowl.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, I gave him like this gourmet antler drenched in bone broth. Am I the asshole in that situation?
I think he associates the food bowl with one thing,
That's
and when
exactly what happens.
it's when it's not what he expects
And-
it, he doesn't know what to do with it.
In retrospect, I should have got like a different bowl.
Yeah,
any
maybe-
other bowl.
Yeah,
So
because his
am
food
I the
bowl.
asshole?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. But he's enjoying it now.
Oh, it's completely a version of catnip.
It does sound like a version of catnip.
No,
It's
it is
basically
completely a version
either
of
that
catnip.
or it's made
But
of
it's
puppies.
not going to get him high.
Well,
no,
no, but
no.
still.
God, I love it when the cats get.
Oh, and the other thing, let me put my headphones down for a moment. So I need to relearn Photoshop because if you remember when I got into Photoshop, I put like you and with the two of you on Mars with
Yeah,
Curiosity. So in here,
I still have that picture somewhere.
we have it on the fridge.
Right,
the,
but
cat-
I also have
Catherine
the
and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
so this is actually bone broth I put onto his dinner.
Oh, that's right.
But I need to relabel it within Photoshop with some kind of
Yes.
puppy brand of bourbon.
Yes.
Right,
Sounds good.
because it would be great if you were to put that in a drink.
Yes. God, you need to like
I know I've never been tipsy enough to like, oh look, I have a whole bottle of bourbon ready to go.
one day it's gonna happen if you don't,
I don't think it
relabel
will.
that shit. I think it might.
It'd be so
Think it
funny.
might.
It'd be so funny.
Yeah.
I've
So
seen
here-
someone drink their own tobacco spit, thinking it was their
Oh,
drink.
Oh no, you didn't drink your own.
I said I've seen somebody
Oh.
drink
Have you
their
s-
own.
Oh.
Tobacco
Have you
spit.
seen somebody drink somebody else's tobacco spit on accident?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know
I've
if
been
it was
close to
theirs
it.
or not. So
I saw somebody else drink it. I was close to it. I picked it up and went, wait a minute.
see, okay. Well, I'm just saying. See, it can happen.
Yeah.
So yes, I am the asshole then. Good to know.
Yeah. I think you need to use a different,
Yeah, but
a
is
different
it
bowl.
really an asshole?
But you also do want to not confuse him, and you want to make sure that okay, he
No,
knows
that-
this bowl is for this, or this is for
Right.
this.
And you're exactly right. But I thought, okay, this is a place where food's prepared in. So I did the
Right.
thing. I thought he would recognize what's in the bowl as tasty. But now he
As
does.
tasty. Okay.
Well, that's why
Yeah.
we have two different carriers for winter.
Yeah, because
But
we
it doesn't
don't
always
want.
work.
I know sometimes it's easier to get him in the more comfy carrier, but I try not to associate one carrier. I try to associate one carrier only with the vet versus the other carrier we take to like Bend. Although I have taken him twice now to the vet in his comfy carrier, his Bend carrier,
Yeah, but it was by
and he's
accident.
fine. And he's fine in it. So I mean,
Yeah.
he's gonna throw up and poop either way. He just needs some.
Yeah,
he just
but one
needs
of
like.
them is the sample that you want to be able to give to the vet.
Yes, but either way, he's gonna need some gabapentin to travel. So
Meanwhile, Indy's like, "We're going on a
he's
trip.
like, "Well, let's do
Let's
it."
do this."
We
I'm gonna
got
talk
we
for a
got
bit.
them a double decker cat carrier, so it's basically like a
Oh, how
backpack, and it
how
has
do they-
two. It has two separate.
Well, number one, do you have pictures of that?
I can take a picture of it. Yeah.
No, not of it, of the cats in it. When you travel.
No.
Oh,
But
no.
Katie's seen it. She can verify it. And they both worked well in it. I mean, Winter still on the way home. He still had an issue, but Wendy was fine. He kind of meowed a bit, but then he traveled just fine in it. But you can wear it like a backpack, so you wear it, and then you have 2 cats on your back, basically.
Yeah.
And you can take it apart, so you can make it a single for each, and then wear it like a shoulder
Right,
bag.
but then I was like, let's take Indy for a walk
And I was
when
like,
we walk
no,
the dogs.
because I didn't want to wear it. Yeah, it's like 2 little cat condos on top of each other.
That's nice.
Winter was laying in the top condo actually yesterday. He climbed
And
into
they
it.
only cost $360,000.
It was
per condo.
$80.
Sorry.
It wasn't too bad.
360,000 cat dollars.
360, yeah.
Cat.
Yeah, but it worked. To travel 2 cats.
Oh.
But Indy gets along with anything, so he's pretty chill.
Yeah, he's a very laid back, chill cat, unless he's getting it.
Unless he's annoying Winter.
Oh shit! Sorry, there's a big giant label on it, the puppy seasoning that says "Do not put on commercial dog food," which is all I typically do.
Wait.
Why?
Why? That's weird.
I don't know.
You didn't read
Do
the
not-
bottle.
Do not put on commercial dog
Yeah,
food.
big old label right there.
Leia, that was
Oh,
not
it's
a call
blurry,
to
but
you.
yeah, I can see. It's.
All right, go lie
I
down.
can see.
Yeah.
Wait, what do the directions say under how to use?
How to use: use 1 tablespoon per 1 pound of meat in your recipe, or sprinkle on food before serving.
Wait a minute.
Half tablespoon per 10 pounds
Are
body.
you sure it's not for humans?
And then it says not for human consumption.
1 pound of meat, but not for commercial dog food. That's
Yeah,
all.
what are you
Yeah.
What are you
feeding?
supposed to be feeding your dog?
So
Raw
okay,
meat?
so
That's
I
not
have
what
made
they're.
I have made turkey pot pies for him, and then it lasts for like a week because you can just freeze it and bring it back in, and it's delightful. And I use this to sprinkle on top of it. So maybe that's what they're getting at. But how does commercial dog food poorly interact with it?
I don't.
Oh, it doesn't. It doesn't.
I don't know. That's weird.
Maybe it's a way to like promote their turkey pot pie brand.
Probably.
Oh, maybe,
Probably.
but
You know, I would say that since you've been doing it all the time, he's fine.
this is. I wish my
Well,
mom was.
maybe that's
available.
the reason why he's angry at everything.
It's because of that.
he goes.
Because you've been putting seasoning on his
Mr.
dog
Frodo.
food.
He needs to go out into the snow.
He just went out to the snow.
Does he like the snow?
He doesn't care. As long as if there's a frisbee, that's all that matters.
Oh, okay.
Ball is life.
Ball is life.
Ball is life.
Oh, he's a Cosm. He's a Cosm dog.
Ball is life.
Yeah, because we're ballers. That's all we show is
Ball is life.
sports ball.
You know, I'm very close to a rant, so.
Oh, okay. So Federico suggests maybe commercial pet food has enough or many, like too much salt or similar.
That could kind of make sense.
So
I
you
could
don't
be
want to
behind that
combine
idea.
it. Yeah. So it's like too much of a supplement almost if you're using commercial dog food.
Well, if he turns into a big salt crystal.
If he turns into a big salt crystal.
Yeah, that's a Deep Space Nine episode when Kira's trapped with Odo in like some weird cavern.
Wow, that's a good
Season 3.
reference then, because I didn't watch enough Deep Space Nine to.
Oh,
We should
Get
watch
it.
it.
So as you know, I'm going through it still, even though I stopped texting the groups.
I do enjoy your one sentence Deep
Okay.
Space Nine reviews.
I can get back
though.
into it because I just watched some good ones, but
Okay, if you
We-
want
we-
to,
we should
I
watch
do
it.
enjoy reading them.
strong recommend.
Every time
Strong
we've
recommend.
seen, because recently we saw like DS9 in something or what.
Yeah, it was like crossover.
There was like a crossover, and I would always think of your
Okay.
your
All right,
one
well,
sentence
I'll get back
reviews.
to it.
But you know, another thing that like somebody had mentioned it on one of the Slack channels at work.
Okay.
Arcane. Did we watch Arcane?
No, it's a League of Legends show.
Right,
And
but
we
it
don't
was
play League of
very,
Legends,
like,
so.
supposed to be
Highly
good.
recommended.
Okay. I thought it was like a part of
Oh.
a.
Oh, sorry. Did you guys watch Secret Level yet?
Yes,
Yes.
it's phenomenal.
Oh,
Yes, right?
Oh my
Loved
god. Yes,
Eat
if you
or
have.
be
We binged
eaten. And how cool is it? Warhammer
We
episode?
binged
Oh
the
my
hell out
god. Yes. Oh my gosh. You Katie.
Katie.
God,
Katie, listen to
you
me.
and Adam
Listen.
have to watch
Katie,
Secret
listen
Level.
to me.
It's great. It's great. I wish there was an Elden Ring
Wait, did we
episode, but
not
maybe in
mention it
season
to
2
her?
they'll do an Elden Ring episode.
I thought we mentioned it.
We did. I think we brought it up to them around Christmas, but
And you can thank Joe for that recommendation. Not Colgate Joe. Sorry, not Colgate Joe.
okay, other
Joe.
Work
Joe.
Joe.
All right. Well,
Oh,
thank you,
okay.
Joe.
Work Joe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was great.
And
It was great.
when does the Elden Ring thing come out?
Oh, we don't know yet.
I don't know. I don't.
It's
Yeah,
this year.
I haven't
It's
seen.
this
I
year.
haven't seen a release date. So.
All I know is that this year, next month, as a matter of fact, I'm taking a day off to play Civilization 7 all fucking day.
Oh yeah, that comes
And
out.
anyone who tries to reach me on the work phone ain't gonna get me.
Oh god,
I've never played Civilization.
Constantly. I'm gonna call you constantly. What did you say?
I've never played Civilization. Is it like
It's the best game of all time.
What's it like?
Civilization.
Related to
So
another
you
game?
literally so you start with one settler, you build a city, you research technology, pottery, the wheel.
So it's like Roller Coaster Tycoon
Yeah.
in
well,
a very dumbed down. It's in a higher
Yeah.
level version of Roller
Yeah.
Coaster
Yeah.
Tycoon.
I was saying-
And I
doesn't
say
sound
that as
dumbed
somebody that I'm in the top 1% of Roller Coaster Tycoon users. I say that with a proud face. I play it every single year still. So it's similar to Roller Coaster Tycoon, but
Okay.
at a world scale.
Okay. You know what? I might actually enjoy that a lot.
And we can play online. So
Oh.
There's what else is coming out next month? Wild Hunter, Monster Hunter. Monster
Oh.
Hunter probably makes more sense. That's coming out. It was going to be Assassin's Creed Shadows, but I got
March
stabbed
20th.
in the heart
Did that get
today
pushed back?
because I didn't know about
Yeah,
this.
March 20th is when
March
it got
20th.
pushed back.
Though.
I
He is
Anyway, should we
What's
call
he
it?
doing?
giving me a death stare.
Oh no!
I don't see him. I just see. What do
Oh
I
wait,
see?
I just realized that
Oh, there he is.
Brandon is. Oh my god! For a second, I was terrified.
Yeah.
I realized that Brandon is Frodo's Sam.
Yes.
You're his Sam.
I don't know if I'm his Sam.
You're gonna be his Sam. You're
you
his
are
Sam.
his Sam. You take care of him.
You're his Sam.
You're the true hero.
You ain't dropping no Eves. But you're
All right, so I
Sam.
got a problem with that line, as we all know. I think I've already ranted about that line before.
Yeah. You want to talk about that line, or you want to talk about the Eagles?
All right, so with the eaves. Here's the thing with the fucking eaves. So as we all know, eaves is the location of the roof where it extends beyond the
it's
building,
the
right? That's the
eave,
eaves.
right?
But if you notice, in the Shire, there are no eaves. Eaves do not exist
So
in
he's
the
not
Shire.
dropping no Eves because there are none.
Well, okay, no, let's even bring it back even further.
But
So A, he doesn't know what the fuck eaves are. They don't exist within the Shire.
but they've had interactions with the big folk.
So they know what Eves are,
They know what
and so they
eaves
know what
are.
eavesdropping
They
is.
but Gandalf says you've been eavesdropping.
Yeah, he said yes.
Have you been eavesdropping? That's only in the movie version.
So he
in the book version, he
understands.
says something else, which I can't recall exactly what it is. I'm going to look it up, and I'm
Right.
gonna blue sky it out.
You
But
better.
then that is what leads to Sam saying what he says. So,
we got a Sam. We finally have a Sam and a
We have a
Frodo in our
Sam.
Funko collection. And I say ours, I mean Mike's, but it's ours. But it's yours.
ours.
But it's ours.
is ours.
But
It's
I mean,
mine.
there are some that I bought because I was like,
own.
I want this as well. Which is all the
What?
ones
What?
that I bought you.
Oh shit! Can I show people?
we splitting
Wait.
up?
What?
Can I show specifically
No.
Katie?
Yes.
Specifically Katie, I assume.
Yes.
What my sister got me for Christmas.
Okay.
First of all, here's a certificate of authenticity. Let it be known. And then here is a piece of a gold bar used in the movie Muppet Treasure Island.
Oh, I wish I was into the Muppets more.
And then it gets even better. Muppet Treasure Island, the kids' book. Oh, and stuff in there.
What? Oh, Katie's excited. She says, what?
And then a book called Muppets in Moscow.
God.
The unexpected, crazy, true story of making Sesame Street in Russia.
Katie says, cool.
Oh wow.
Okay, so I gotta say that
Wait, he can read that.
I wish I was into Muppets more because my spirit animal, who is known as
Oh, wait. Let's guess. What is
You're-
this spirit animal?
Mike
in the
knows who
Muppets?
my spirit animal is.
It's not Rizzo.
Brandon's not gonna guess it. You know who my spirit. Katie probably knows who my spirit animal is. Katie, you guess who my spirit animal is? My human form spirit animal
Oh, human
who would
form?
love the Muppets. Please,
Oh, I thought you
please
were
guess
talking about a
it.
specific Muppet.
No.
I don't know this.
No.
I don't think he's ever gonna get this.
I don't know. Katie might get it. You know who it is.
Yeah, I know who it is.
Okay, let's see if
Wait,
Katie. There's a delay,
Okay,
so let's let
saw
Katie.
her today, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
Lucy
Katie.
Lawless? I'm confused.
Katie.
No.
Katie.
No, not Lucy Lawless.
She's fun. We're gonna give Katie that hint. That one.
Feels like it's
hint.
a
She got a
sister
hint.
thing.
She got a hint.
Feels like it's a sister reference.
I wouldn't know.
All right.
She wouldn't be my
give you
she wouldn't be my
5
spirit
seconds.
animal if Katie didn't
5,
introduce me to
4,
her.
3, 2.
No,
1.
Katie!
Elise.
It's Elise Willems. Elise Willems of Funhouse.
I said Lucy Lawless too, Katie.
Look, I love Lucy Lawless. I love She-Ra,
She-Ra,
but my
She-Ra.
spirit animal, who's like a real life person who I identify with.
Oh.
Yes, Katie. Now Katie gets it. Is Elise Willems from Funhouse. She's on PBS SoCal now. She's a phenomenal writer and
I do miss watching
fictional
Funhouse.
people.
See, that's fair, though.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
fair. That's
I
fair.
thought so, too.
Then yes, fictional Lucy Lawless would be my spirit animal. Although I'm
Wait,
definitely more of a Gabrielle.
wait, back up. Fictional Lucy Lawless would be a spirit.
But
Isn't she real? Doesn't she exist?
No, yeah, but no. Well, like Xena would be,
Okay.
it's Xena. But yeah, so Elise Willems is hilarious and I love her to death. So she would be but she loves the Muppets. She absolutely loves the Muppets.
Muppets are fun. I used to watch
And
it
I was
every
never
week.
I never got I remember watching
Have-
like Muppet
I'm old.
Babies.
Have you seen Muppet Treasure Island or
I-
the best
don't
Muppet of all
know.
time, Muppet Christmas Carol?
I don't remember if I have.
Okay,
Basically,
okay,
I don't
okay.
think I have.
Okay.
Can't take this call, Mom.
His mom is calling him.
Tonight, if it's still winter to you,
Hey, Mom, I'm
watch
done
Muppet
drinking.
Christmas. It's the best Christmas Carol of all time.
It's
I swear
still
to God.
winter to you.
I don't know, but sometimes people stop watching Christmas movies after Christmas.
That's true. That's true.
So
That's true.
Muppet's Christmas Carol is the best Christmas Carol of all time,
Uh-huh.
and then Muppet Treasure Island is the best or second best Muppet movie of all time.
Okay.
So make one of those things happen.
Okay. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we didn't
'Cause
do a lot of
I have
Muppet stuff.
so
The-
much
quote. I'm
Muppet
sorry.
memorabilia
Quote
ready to go.
from my sister. The parents didn't do a lot of Muppet stuff with us.
This.
I should hope not. But yes, I remember watching Muppet Babies, and that was, and I obviously was aware of like,
This is another one for Katie. Boom shakalaka. Yeah, boom boom sticks.
Federico agrees with you about the Muppets Christmas Carol.
See?
So yes, I know there's something to the Muppets. I understand the appeal. I like the Muppets.
goes
I just
Mr.
don't know.
Mhm.
I'm just not. And I
We're
wish
watching-
I was because I know that
Not the lamp, not the lamp,
Elise-
not the lamp,
I
not
know
the
that
lamp.
Elise is.
We're
So
watching Muppets all night tonight.
all right, well,
Hell
watch the
yes.
Muppets. We'll see what happens.
Watch
on
one
that.
of them.
Well, okay. We're done. We're
Okay.
done.
I mean, the Muppets are great, but we're gonna.
I do love the.
We have strayed in this place far too long.
Yes.
Yes, let us. Let us head
Although
off.
it's getting
Oh, shit.
darker outside for us, so the Milky Way lights are starting to become a little bit more visible.
Also, I just opened this up. Sorry, this is a Christmas card from an Etsy shop, I assume.
Oh.
And she drew, what's her name? Maple from Gravity Falls with a Muppet on their hand.
Oh.
It's excellent. That makes me happy.
That's nice.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
All right, let's call.
And
it.
in fact, if you want to order something on Etsy, you can follow
Wildixia.
Wildixia on Etsy.
All right, so we're gonna call it.
What a hangover! We started
We
with
Grappling hook.
how planets form, and we got really into stellar evolution with onions and stars, and then we ended with the Muppets. That's
Yeah.
what happened in the
Hey,
Hangover.
that's what happens.
This is gonna be a fun
Oh,
one.
Supernovas, Jehovah's Witnesses, Muppets.
Yes.
And some
other
Frodo
stuff
in there.
between.
It is, and some Frodo in there. It is, yeah.
going
This
to
is
kill me?
it's a natural order of things, natural selection, if you will.
Natural
All right.
20.
Natural,
Natural
20.
20 episodes.
It's a natural.
right.
It's a nat 20 episode.
Join us in 2 weeks where we talk about what are we talking about?
2 weeks.
High in the Sky for
High in the
February.
Sky for February. And then after that,
And we're talking
Aristotle.
oh, shit. Okay, so we locked it in.
Yeah, we locked it in
I
right
was going to
now.
try to take it back, but I guess
Oh my
we're
god,
in.
I'm so
Nope, we're
jealous
locked
of
in.
Jack. I'm jealous of your
Aristotle.
onion soup. Ugh.
Unless Brandon changes his mind.
No, it's Aristotle. We locked it in Aristotle. Goodbye.
Cheers.
Bye.
I'm ending the stream. I'm trying to get my mouse over to the other monitor. It's very difficult.
Well, that was a good 2.5 hour episode.
We're not
It's like back in the
out
old
yet,
days.
Brandon.
Was that?
We're still on.
Yeah, 2.5 hour episode like the old days.
Because
Because we all know all I do is badmouth our audience members when we're not online.
But no one is puking. So anyway, bye everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Cheers.
And bye.
We're out.
We're out.